What's up, dogs? How art thou? No surprise, we got Dan here off the rip. What up, bro? Are you intimidated on Kick? I'm assuming. What up, dog? How you doing, bro? What up, Gary? Drek, Lalo, what up, homie? Your name was Birdman? Okay, I'm gonna call you Deagle. What up, Deagle? Heck yeah, Drek. It's a dope song, isn't it? What up, Philanthropist? Yeah, I figured. What up, Dell? Just had your rice and eggs? Let's get it, Austin. Heck, Architect. Game is Battlefield on Kick? Oh, shoot. Hold on. We gotta do it manually, probably. It shouldn't take me too long. Yeah, it is. No, no, no. Creator dashboard. Hurry it up. Doing some red stick today? No, Adele. No. We're playing solos. I just gotta update it on the Kick side, but for whatever reason. We're playing solos. I just gotta update it on the Kick side, but there's my Kick open on the stream PC. What up, Wows? I know we're 36 fast, not even hungry. Heck yeah, bro. And it's not working. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Edit. Perfect. Call of Duty Warzone. Boom. There we go. Beautiful. All updated. Everything's okay. Everything's okay. You can preload on Thursday? Perfect. I can't wait, dude. Can't hide the mullet? No, I can't. It's still there, dude. No, I've been busting out the slick back every once in a while here. I've been busting it out. What up, Buzz? I am Architect. Heck yeah, let's do it, dude. I have not redeemed it yet. I didn't think that it would matter when I redeemed it. Maybe I'm wrong. See my request for advice above. You give me advice on how to stop the girls catcalling me when I squat at the gym. Wear some appropriate shorts, bro. Wear some appropriate shorts. I mean, if you're going to the gym in booty shorts, you're asking for it, you know? You're asking for it. Let's not pretend that you're innocent in this. You're going for attention, and then you get upset when you get attention. What up, Block? Booty shorts up the range of motion. Hey, once again, more power to you, but you can't expect to go to the gym in booty shorts and then not get attention for it. That's just weirdo behavior. And then record people's reaction to your booty shorts, you know? And then play victim. That only works if you're a pretty girl on social media, so you're gonna have to try to play a different game. What up, Drew? Inconsiderate of them? I know, right? How dare other people exist around you? No worries, Dave. No worries. That's why you wear sunglasses at the gym. I'm sure that that'll become the new norm, Sig. That's actually a 300 IQ strat. Dang it, bro. What up, Kate? How was the cardio yesterday? Good. Good. We just walked on an incline and then did the ski erg and the sauna and then some reverse hypers and hyper extensions. Oh, pretty good. Today's gonna be a pretty busy day. We got that should be easy to get. Obviously stream until like 1:30, so today will be a little bit shorter of a stream, like 4 hours. Then I'm on dad duty. I get the girls from school and then we're gonna go swimming. It's gonna be hot outside and I'm gonna be, after I get Emma, we're gonna be rucking back with her on my back, her backpack and her sister's backpack in my backpack. But it's gonna be fun though. I gotta get them to the pool as fast as possible because the heat index is like completely out of control right now. I think they said like they're not even letting kids go outside. It's so hot. We gotta get them home and get them in the pool. Winning at every POI. Yeah, in 4.5 hours. We're gonna win every game in 9 minutes. I was on the Azeron. I got it right here. I haven't used it yet. I'm obviously going to. This thing requires a lot of setup. And I just want to be able to put full time into this setup. And I have not had any time in weeks to like legitimately give it. Who do you need me to pretend to be, Sound? The every POI challenge, yeah. It was, well, the thing is, like, back when I was doing the POI challenge on Verdansk, the game was so different than what it currently is. And I made like a no vehicle. It was every POI, no vehicle, like no buy stations, right? Make it as difficult as possible. Right now, the game is just, it's such a watered down version of the game that the POI challenge isn't even a challenge anymore. It doesn't really matter where you land. You can always get crazy amounts of money. You can easily rotate from one side of the map to the other. High ground doesn't matter anymore, you know? Regaining is so easy and simple. It's just not the same. I know that the POI challenge was cool, but once again, it's just like, we're playing such a watered down version of the game at this point that it just doesn't mean anything. And what's their win total? Unplug capture card. I think it's good. It was on my side too. Dude. No, I don't have that good of impression. Let's go.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Let's get it. Let's get it. We're good. Mike's good. I see it. 9.5 for Jag. So I was right?
Battle Royale.
No, I don't, Dan. Graphics card's good. I can see it. I can see the graphics card and I can see my mic, so there's no problems unless there's something that I can't see, but I don't think so. There was a flicker once, but I'm getting the flicker on my side too, so that's not a capture card issue. If I see the flicker here, it's not an issue. The mic, I can see if it's going. My overhead press numbers. I don't do a barbell overhead press, but I will do dumbbell seated shoulder press, and I can do 85s for sets of 10. I'm sure I could go quite a bit heavier, but as long as my form is perfect, I don't see a reason to go heavier than that right now. I thought we did make it a mod at one point, but maybe not. Thanks for trying to help that out, because I guess I can see if, as far as like the problems that could potentially happen with stream. If I'm in Discord and talking with people, I can't see anything really. Discord kind of messes up my view of all of the things that I'm trying to like micromanage while I stream. But if I'm just playing solos, I have everything set up so any problem that arises, I can just see it right away. Like all I gotta do is look over it and I can immediately see if there's a problem. So it makes it a lot easier to like kind of correct stuff. Mac 10 meta. The Mac 10 was awesome. The gallantry blueprint with like the really good iron sights was so sick.
One supply box down, 2 remain.
Sounds good so far, Sam. Sounds good so far. When you say 3 progressive overload sets, what do you mean? Do you mean that you're doing like 3 sets of 8 and you're increasing weight each time,
2 supply boxes secure.
and still hitting 8 reps, or what? What do you mean when you say that? I know what progressive overload means, but I'm just wondering what in this context it means for you. Because if what I just said was correct, then I got something to improve on. What up, Otto? How you doing, homie? Yeah, exactly, Grid. Oceanographer, dang it, bro. Actually, screw the oceanographer. Well, it was literally right next to me the entire time. Okay.
I've marked a point on your map containing enemy intel. Capture and secure it to get ahead of the next gas spread.
Trying to up the weight each set and hit 12 reps. Okay, there you go. The increasing weight, that is one of the most common things in the gym that people do wrong. So don't, like, I'm not picking on you for doing it. I did it at one point, but it is one of the biggest gym blunders that you can make. One of the most common, one of the biggest. You should not be, if your first set of 3, you're easily getting 12 reps and you're like, sick, I'm just gonna go up in weight, get 12 reps again, and then the last set, you're going up again and getting 12 sets. Or sorry, 12 reps. You only realistically got 1 good set in the entire time, and that was the last one. And you could have gotten much more out of it if you were to just do the last set's weight first and go to absolute failure where you can't do a single other rep. Like if you're doing seated dumbbell shoulder presses, because we were just talking about it, where like your last rep looks like this, where you can barely press it and then you go back down and you're like, that's as far as it goes. That's a set. That is as good as it gets. And that's what every set should look like. If your first set of 12, your last 3 reps look like this, that's not a set, that's a warm-up. There you go. There's your change. You don't need to dang it, shortcut. You do not need to increase weight each set. Like I said, that's one of the most common gym mistakes that you can do. You need to be at your working set weight, set 1. The warm-up gets you to that weight. Frickin' shortcut. One of these days, dude, you're gonna be fired up, you know? One of these days, I'm gonna get you.
Uploading information.
You're gonna be like, dang, dude, I'm about to train tomorrow. Probably magnesium, J-cast. So what realistically would reps look like over the 3 sets? I just told you, the one where you just hit failure, Sam. Where you cannot do, the easiest way to describe it is like when you do push-ups, right? And your body literally cannot do another rep where you fail and you're done. That's it. Got nothing left. That's what a set should look like. That's what every set should look like realistically. And you don't need to do 5, 6 sets that look like that. You only need a couple. 2 to 3 is more than enough. So if on your last set especially, you're easily getting that 12th rep, then you didn't even get, in my opinion, you didn't even get a single good set in. You warmed up. Minimum rep range 5, maximum 30. We've never worked out only warm-up sets. If that's what your sets look like, then yeah. I'm not saying that you can't make, you know, minimal gains like that. You can make minimal gains. But as far as like, is it a good set or not? No, if you're not anywhere close to failure, it's a warm-up. I need to see the squat demo. Dang, bro. It's gonna be, go watch, okay. If you need to see another example of it, right? Go watch Sam Sulek train. This is such a good example. Literally, go watch him train in any set that he does. That's not a warm-up set. You'll see the difference right away. Not everyone is gonna train as hard as Sam Sulek, I understand that, but at least you'll be able to see, like, that is the level that you need to be trying to get to. That's failure. Wouldn't that gas you out right away? And if I have 3 chest exercises and max out on first rep of first set, I can't perform on other exercises. What is the goal of going to the gym, Wonder? What's your goal? Is your goal to build muscle? Then all that matters is getting the minimum required amount of stimulus in that exercise or that a group of exercises to trigger muscle growth, right? If that can be done in 2 sets, W.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
You're going to the gym to tire that muscle out. So you just answered it yourself. If you're going to the gym to exhaust a muscle, to force it to grow, and you do that in 2 sets, good job. Now get home and recover. You don't need to do 10, 15, 20 sets of an exercise or 3 different exercises, 5 sets each with, you know, 5 reps in reserve at the end of each of those exercises. You're gonna get more out of 2 sets, 2 absolute failure, than you would 15 sets with 5 sets in reserve. You're just doing junk volume. All of those sets don't really matter that much. You're not forcing your body to get stronger if you're not asking it to do anything past what you can do without even breaking a sweat. Does that make sense? That makes sense? Most people are doing what I just described, where they're just doing 15 to 20 sets of an exercise and they're only ever getting like really, really tired on the last set. You just go to failure on that first set. And even if you can't get the exact same number of reps on the second one, still go to failure. If you get 10 the first one, you get 8 the second, W. That's it. Move on to the next. Am I a fan of Jeff Nippert? Yeah, I think there's definitely stuff that you can take from Jeff. He's a smart dude, and he like really cares about giving unbiased takes. So yeah, 100%. I like watching Jeff for a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily implement it, but it's cool. For calves, okay, are you ready? Are you ready for the calf growth thing? We've been talking about this for a little while. I'm done today at like 1:30. I turn around and ask you the question. What, and there is a right answer. Which one group of human beings on this earth, without fail, has impressive calves? There's a correct answer. There's a group of humans, an archetype, stereotype, whatever, that has impressive calves without fail. Overweight people, I'd say. Bingo. What do overweight people do consistently that would allow them to have big calves? They carry heavy load with lots of reps all day long. They carry a lot of weight. If you want to grow your calves, go on rucks. So long walks with a backpack full of weight, or a weighted vest with 20-30 pounds. I think a backpack works a little bit easier. Figure out how to weight it correctly. I would always put sandbags at the bottom of the backpack, stack weights vertically on top, and then cinch it down with, like, you can get a day pack from like Kuyu or something like that, or any mountaineering brand or hunting brand. You can probably find a cheap backpack that you can like use cinches on the outside to keep everything tight and slowly up your weight. And I would recommend barefoot shoes as well. Barefoot shoe rucking is the key to calf growth. 100%. 100%. I do not have good calf genetics. After when I was overweight and rucking with barefoot shoes, my calves blew up. They're not like the craziest in the world, but I would say they're no longer a weakness, and you could argue that they're like slightly impressive now. After I have bad calf genetics. Too much muscle mass can make you less dynamic and slower. It's about finding the right balance. Well, it completely depends on your goal, 7-Up. Completely depends on your goal. That's totally fine, Wonder. That's totally fine. Your aim is muscle growth. I'm still considerably new. Yep. Your example of I max out upper chest dumbbells. I can't push my usual weights on mid chest and bench press. For somebody like you who's a little bit newer, you're doing, from what I can gather, you're doing like a bro split where you're training chest Monday, arms Tuesday, legs Wednesday, back Thursday, right? You're gonna get considerably more benefit out of hitting the muscle groups more than once a week with increased intensity and less volume. So rather than doing 15 sets of chest on Monday, do 4 to 5 sets of chest on Monday and another 5 to 6 chest or sets of chest on Thursday or Friday. Same with back. I would change your split to like push pull legs, push pull legs, or upper lower, upper lower. Depends on how many days a week you want to train. Now let's see, let's get to stadium. And if you want an example of a split, message me on Instagram and I'll send you a free template of one. That would be kind of exactly what you're looking for. 3 bulging discs, what would you recommend? Oh, dude, all you have to do, I'm telling you, it has saved my life as well, Tuck. Go to Instagram, and there is a guy on there. His name is Low Back Ability. Low Back Ability, all one word. Just trust me. The dude is a lifesaver. You're basically just gonna spam hyperextensions. Straight up. You're gonna spam hyperextensions. But that you need to, what the?
Reloading.
Look him up.
Timeline expired. UAV exiting the AO.
Fully like invest and go through all of his reels. You're gonna find 2 or 3 of his reels that like, after scrolling through 20 of them, that you're like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly where I'm at. This is what I need to do. He'll give you step-by-steps on how to work up to doing a full hyperextension. You don't just start spamming hypers right off the rip, right? There's some, but yeah, low back ability, trust, dude. He's a lifesaver. He's a lifesaver. Not with Hank, shortcut. Not with Hank. I agree, bro. I agree. I agree. Not on Hank's crew. Shortcut, have you ever watched Rolo Polo's like YouTube shorts and stuff like that? Where he like trolls people? You would get a kick out of it, dude. You would love it. No, dude, trust me. Right now, shortcut on YouTube, Rolo Polo. Just type in Rolo Polo Hank's crew, and it'll be like a YouTube short. Dude, it's hilarious, man. he just like starts randomly trolling people on in voice chat. He has like a different name. He's a pretty decent sized streamer as well. But he'll just start trolling people and he'll be like, yeah, I'm making $13,000 after taxes. And people are just like start trolling him about the amount of money that he makes. They're like, listen, dude, you wouldn't be able to last a day on Hank's crew. Me and Hank's, we're paving roads for 14-hour days, no breaks. It's the funniest thing ever, bro. The funniest thing ever. You'd love it. It's so funny. It's like what you just said reminded me of it perfectly. That's exactly the type of stuff that he says, but like people won't even be arguing with him, and he'll just be like, "Yeah, if you were to meet my buddy Hank, you wouldn't be able to last half a day with Hank. Oh, that muscle ain't gonna get you anywhere on Hank's crew." It's so funny. He's the ultimate rage baiter. He's so good at it. He will turn people that like are just trying to have genuine conversations, like he will turn them into rage monsters about it. Like, dude, he's so funny, man. He's so funny. Jay Caster, thank you for the prime, homie. Much love to you. You found it? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. You're about to be dying laughing for a bit. Thank you, Jay Caster, for the prime. You're dope. You're dope. We got Snakehead Ritual. Interesting name. Thank you for the membership on the YouTube side. You're freaking dope. And we got Cookie with the $10 euro. Thank you for that. The 10 euro super chat on the YouTube side. Super generous and grateful for that. How much weekly volume per muscle group? Internet says 12 to 20 weekly sets, preferably divided by 2 sessions a week. Do I agree? Around there. I prefer the lower end of that though, for sure. I think that 20 sets, if you're training anywhere close to the level of intensity that I have been describing, 20 is way too much. I feel like that the gold standard as far as what the studies say is you need to, I prefer the absolute failure where you have nothing left, right? But as far as actually triggering muscle growth, is that a person? It's with 1 to 2 reps in reserve. So if you stopped the set and you had 1 to 2 reps left before you got to that absolute failure, that's like kind of like the cutting point to where you could consider an actual set that would trigger muscle growth. If you're leaving 2 sets in reserve the entire time, then closer to 20 sets, I still think that's too much. I would say 10 to 12. 10 to 12, I think if your level of intensity is where I'm describing, that is more than enough. Good morning. CBD for lower back pain. No, I recommend attacking your lower back pain with actually fixing it. Like I said, low back ability, Tuck. I'm telling you. Your back pain's not going to go away until you actually address the problem. There can be compound, people get on painkillers, you know, to deal with pain when they instead, not everyone, right? But could just address the issue. You need to strengthen your lower back. You need to alleviate pressure from your hips. You know, you need to make certain muscle groups stronger. Other ones, you need to work on your central nervous system, trust in your body to go through full ranges of motion again. You need to put in the work, physical therapy style, basically. But low back ability, dude, just trust. You're finally getting 10K overall wins in Warzone. Congrats to you, bro. That's crazy. You can go back to sleep. It's morning time.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Ooh. Where are we gonna want to play here? Are we gonna? I think I want to play outside. Okay, let's see if I can get 10K.
Loadout drop headed your way. Your squad's in the top 5.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it.
I tell you what, let's have one more.
Gas is inbound.
Changing max.
We're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
2 others up, that's it. I thought there was somebody right there. I assume stadium for sure, and I don't know about this far buy station. If there's somebody right in front of me, I might be screwed. Unless I can get a smoke off first. Don't see anyone.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
I can get a UA.
Trophy system out.
You're in the last 2. Now finish this.
UAV available for tasking.
Requesting recon flyover.
Perfect. This is going to be tough because most likely they were both in stadium, I think. They're going to have high ground. If I can't find hard
Gas is
cover,
closing in.
this is tough.
Priority tasking request received. We're a dot.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of hard cover anywhere, you know? Not good. Not good. Yeah, see, this isn't gonna work. That's what I was worried about. Only 1v1. Okay, okay. He's got to be up top, I assume. I'm hoping I get the pull, or this is not going to be fun.
Gas is moving in. New safe
I got
zone
the
located.
tree. What about that? I don't think that's in. It's not. He's going to have to jump down. No, he's not. We'll see. One on UA. I did not see the one on UA, but I just assume. I don't necessarily need a UA to know where this dude is. I'm gonna guess he's in the best possible spot he can be, which is right frickin' there, you know? Why else would he be anywhere else? There was just 2 guys fighting for it. I'm not even in here. He's not, I don't think he's that good. Luckily for me. Oh.
Enemy airstrike in the area.
Uh-oh. As soon as I say that, he pops up and doesn't miss a single shot.
Close.
GG's. He was in the best spot. I probably should have bunkered. I should have smoked and bunkered. That was a good play. Should have smoked and bunkered. The fact that he didn't peek that entire time, I didn't think that he was very good. I felt like a better player would have peeked way earlier. But that dude, he played that pretty well. I can't really say anything. GG's. Yard sale. Thank you for the gifted, homie. Much love, yard sale. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. It was my level on UAV. That was a while ago, though. So that was just a good play on his part. Good play. He was in the much better spot as well. College football dark horse this year. There's a quarterback that played at North Texas last year who had incredible stats. It was a rather simple offense, so he's going to have a lot to learn. But as far as his intangibles, he has all of them that you could ever ask for to be like a top pick out of the draft. I believe he transferred to Oklahoma State. So that's my dark horse. Wherever he transferred, He brought a wide receiver along with him. Yeah, I know, right? He's not good, then level 1000 doesn't miss a single headshot. Like I said, it's difficult to kind of predict, because as far as his plays there at the end in the 1v1, a good player that's that you would need to like really worried about is immediately putting pressure on you in a situation like that, right? When he's up top in the clear best position in the entire game, you put pressure and try to find whoever is down low, because I was obviously down low, and he didn't peak the entire time, so I didn't think he was very good. And then all of a sudden pops up out of nowhere, level 1000. He's on controller, I'm sure, so the nothing but headshot thing is not super impressive, but I should have thrown a smoke and bunker busted him, and then it would have been a completely different fight. That was on me. I agree, Trip. I agree. Definitely take creatine, Wonder.
Battle Royale.
Yeah, heck yeah. Why not? Yard sale. Andy brought the running back. Nice. What up, Dojo? Drew M. Yeah.
Triple kill, overkill, kill.
I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I've only heard it a couple times from McShay and or not McShay. Wow. shows my age there. From Yates and Kuiper. Play the Utes. Well, we got your guys' coach now. Go blue. Is the screen flickering for others? It is. I need to... I'll fix that in a little bit. Give me a sec. I'll fix it. Hey, let's go, baby. Frickin' Dojo, dude. Dojo dropping the 5 bomb, man. Let's go, homie. Yeah, I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Give me a sec. Thank you, Dojo, so much for the very generous 5 gifteds. Hope you're having a dope start to your week, man. Much love to you, dude. Much love to you. Let's go.
Taking fire! Just what we do!
Hunt down the enemy.
Let's frickin' go. If you guys got a gifted, please say thanks to Dojo. He's a real one.
Reloading!
Thanks again, bro.
Check your map.
Okay, let's fix this capture card real quick.
Enemy intel nearby.
Drew
Capture it for
Mestamaker.
information on the next
Boom.
gas spread.
That should fix it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Trip. We will see as far as Coach Witt goes. I'm okay with Sharon Moore not being the head coach. I was never really like completely sold on him, to be honest. I've never really sold on him. Obviously, Harbaugh was the best, man. Harbaugh was, in my lifetime, he was hands down the best coach we've ever had. Hands down. And I understand why he left, you know, but we obviously miss him at Michigan. But Moore didn't really have to build anything for himself, you know? He kind of inherited it all. And then he had like the same offensive mindset.
Stay there to secure the intel
But
point.
we have Bryce Underwood. You know, like if you have a quarterback like Bryce Underwood, you get the #1 overall recruit coming out of high school at quarterback, and you run an offense that's 70% run up the middle, you know, like I'm not sold on that at all. You need to be able to adapt the offense to the skill set that you have. So as soon as I saw that, I was not a huge fan of Sharon Moore, and obviously he got let go for some stuff outside of the football field, and I'm totally okay with him getting let go. I never thought that he was going to be the future necessarily.
Lost contact. Loading fresh mag.
Same dude. Too much movement, dude. Too much movement. You're doing way too much. It's probably a younger kid there.
Locations are marked.
Harbaugh's no Rich Rod. Dang it, man. Rich Rod was terrible. He was one of the worst coaches we've ever had.
Supply box secured. Move to the next one.
Taking mag.
Where do you rank the Giants this season? Any hope? You definitely have hope. You definitely have hope. It's all going to come down to Jackson Dart, which that's really not saying too much, you know. Not saying too much that your season comes down to a quarterback playing well, but that's legitimately what it is. You guys have like Cam Scatterbo. I don't see him as like a 1,400 yard a year rusher, but he can give you a K, you know. 1K, 1,100, 900. He'll be double-digit touchdowns. Like that's pretty solid, right? You got Neighbors. Beckham is actually looking pretty good. It's gonna come down to Dart. I think that your defense is gonna be scary. Your defensive line, scary, for sure. Might have one of the. You're gonna have probably one of the best defensive fronts in football for the next 4 to 5 years, as long as you pay who you need to pay.
All supply boxes secure.
But I would be excited if I was you. I'd be excited if I was you for a potential good season. I think most likely you'll finish around 500. Best case scenario, you could win the division though, to be honest. Best case scenario, you could win the division. It'd be kind of a shocker. You're probably like, probably one of the, it's a good division, but I think it's possible. But once again, you would need Jackson Dart to have an incredible year. Everyone needs to stay healthy. It would be, it's not very likely. The Giants to win the division, I'd give it like a 15% chance.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Also, the new Michigan coach doesn't hate Ohio State. He will. When Ohio State beats us by 30 this year, he'll hate Ohio State.
Taking fire.
Don't worry about that. What about the Commanders, you mean? Honestly, I kind of put him in a similar spot. There's a chance they win the division, just as good of a chance that they finish last in the division. That whole division to me is super even and up in the air. I don't think that there's a clear favorite or a clear worst in any team. It's very, very fluid, like the NFC North was last year, and even this year, I guess, potentially.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Loading fresh mag.
What? Okay.
Gas is closing in. Relocate.
You take Jaden Daniels' odds over Jackson Dart? Once again, I don't know, dude. We'll see. We'll see.
High value target mark. Expect resistance.
What the?
Reloading.
Precision airstrike ready for
Loading fresh
tasking.
mag.
What a nerd, bro. Nice try.
Bounty target's gone dark. We lost the contract. Welcome to the Gulag. Fight to
Jeez,
win
bro.
redeployment.
That guy's not legit. I just, it's hard to say that that guy's not legit just because it's not super difficult to do what he just did. He could have closed his eyes and killed me on controller, you know? That's why I'm just rolling my eyes. I don't know if he's legit or not. What up, Tiff? Just, it didn't require any skill. Right here, homie.
Enemy eliminated.
It didn't require any skill, so how am I supposed to know? I think he had a little bit of a clearing. There was a little bit of a clearing. Clove, think of the 30 months. Let's go, baby. Numbre, think of it the half a year. Much love, Numbre. Let's get it.
I tell you what, let's have one more.
What's this dude doing? All I gotta do is get my VST and a smoke, and this guy will turn below average. So let's go for it.
Precision airstrike standing by.
Where'd he go? I'm gonna ask, where do I rank Jackson? It's still too early for me. I'm not like 100% sold on Jackson being like a top 10 quarterback. I think that his ceiling this year is potentially top 15. Potentially top 15. What up, Curl? You breaking my fast yet? No, I'm doing a 24 today. Today I'm getting the, there we go.
Loading fresh mag.
Oh, that's so unfortunate, dude, you know? It's crazy how we go from so sweaty, can't miss a single shot, to all of a sudden your skill just disappears. Insane, bro. Insane. It's honestly quite tragic. So tragic. You see what I'm saying, though? All I need is VST and a smoke, and this level 1000 Sweat Lord literally is below average. It's insane. He probably will, Tommy. He probably will. Water and coffee only. For me, just water and, pre-workout, bro. Pre-workout's the key. I got some. Oh, good call, good call, good call. I don't know how I even got these, to be honest. How did I get... Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to grab smokes from... Perfect, there we go. I can grab another one from there. And we're off. I would like Candy Craft again, though. But I really like pre-workout. I do CBum Essential. It's got like 2 cups of coffee's worth of caffeine per scoop, and then other good ingredients that help with exercise performance. Some electrolytes, you know. Islam struggled a little bit in his past fight. It was just 2 really, really good fighters in a high-level fight. I mean, struggle is normal. I thought that he had a, I thought that he fought well, honestly. And so did Ian Gary. Ian Gary was a very, very worthy challenger.
Enemy intel located. Capture and secure the intel point to discover the next gas spread.
Very, very worthy. He wasn't the best at his takedown defense, but he was good at not getting himself in bad positions when he got taken down. Which was enough, you know? What up, Woody? Does it make any difference whether I mix my creatine in my protein shake or just take it with water? No, whatever is the easiest way for you to do it. As far as creatine goes, though, if you want best possible absorption, have it at the same time that you consume carbohydrates. That will help you absorb it.
Good work. Hold down the point until it's secure.
Yard sale with another gifted. Let's go, homie.
Less than 25 was
Too late, man. Too late on the
that one, but we'll get
on the audio. That's the only downside. Too late on the audio with the TTK in this game. If I don't hear him until I'm already getting headshot, then I stand no chance. I need to hear him so I can throw a smoke and then turn these sweat lords into below average players. But if I can't hear anything, I just can't do anything. Dang it, Sig. I thought it was a good fight. I enjoyed it. And then Woody, if I didn't thank you for the 45 months, thanks again, homie. Dope. No, Maiko. I've been obsessed with MMA since I was a young lad. I love it. I did not wrestle in high school. I was playing basketball. Basketball and wrestling were at the same time. The wrestling coaches were like begging me during the basketball practices. I just remember vividly, like, please, dude, just do wrestling. We'll teach you one move and you'll go to state. Because I was at that point, I was already obsessed with lifting. I'd been lifting for a while, and I was much stronger than everybody in the school at that point. But I just saw the wrestlers practicing. Like, basketball practice is so chill, dude. Basketball practice is so chill. Even when they're making you run suicides at the end, like, it's not that hard. We go outside to get a drink of water or in the hallway, and the wrestlers are literally in full sweats just dying. and the coaches are like, dude, come do wrestling. I'm just like, I'm good, dude. I'm good. Not a very good advertisement to go join the wrestling team when you walk outside and they're just like laying on their backs in like puddles of sweat, just gasping for air. It's pretty easy to say no to that. Yeah, for sure, Michael, for sure. Basketball was dope. A Pentagon level internet connection. Right, to be able to react to this TTK. It's crazy. It is what it is. GG's, I guess. GG's, I guess. What am I going for, nukes and solos? I'm not. I don't care that much, dude. I've gotten a couple nukes. They're eh. Wait for the new season to start. Yep. NBA, this is gonna be a good year at the NBA. I'm pretty hyped. Pretty hyped, dude. We got Braun in Philly. We got Wemby, hopefully taking another step. The Spurs trading Fox halfway through the year. Calling it. They have to, right? I wanted them to do it last year. No, I'm good, Amelia. I'm good. Thanks, though. Wolves fan here, Melo and at backcourt. I mean, you guys are gonna have some crazy shooting, that's for sure. Some crazy shooting. I think that they pair really, really well together. But to beat San Antonio or OKC, just don't see it. You're gonna have a good year for sure. Definitely gonna have a good year. I was Philly gonna get the easiest schedule in the NBA. It's a setup. I mean, it's a business, bro. It's a business. They got to give them a schedule that's pretty much going to guarantee that they're going to make a playoff run. No. Sleep on the champs? No. I was just talking about in the West, Dojo. I was on Cat and the Knicks. Hey, they're worthy champs. They're worthy champs. Props to them. They had an incredible playoff run. Incredible. Most fans raised eyebrows when they traded Fox in. I understood it at the time because they didn't really give up that much. If they would have given up a lot, then it would have been a terrible pick. Fox is good, but I'm not near as high. For me, as far as point guards in the NBA go, I'm not a fan of undersized point guards. I just don't think that they fit in today's current NBA. Jalen Brunson is an outlier. But undersized point guards, especially as they age like milk. Two repeat chances? I think their chances of repeat's pretty low, but that's just because when was the last time we had a repeat champion, you know? Golden State? And then before that, repeat champions have only happened 4 times in the last like 30 years. Doesn't happen too often. It's possible, I guess, but I just don't see it. I just think that the East got much more difficult this year. I think that this year in the East was hands down or I guess not hands down, it was one of the easier paths to the finals in the East. One of the easier paths to the finals. And it's not taking anything away from them because they still had to beat a San Antonio squad that was stacked. Besides Fox. But East is going to be quite a bit better next year. I know, it's insane, Eddie. Insane. I'm excited to watch some Philly games for sure. Okay, let's see here.
Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone.
Thoughts on Tatum returning back so quick? You haven't heard me talk about Tatum, I'm guessing. I'm not a big Tatum fan. Currently, I think that he's the most overrated player in the NBA. And that doesn't mean that I think he's bad. It's just I've never thought that he was a top 5 player in the league. I don't think he ever will be a top 5 player in the league. He's like comfortably in like the 10 to 15 area, probably closer to 15 at this point. The Celtics will have a solid year, but I'm just not a Tatum fan. I think Brown's better. When it comes playoff time and you need a bucket, Tatum settles, Brown doesn't. It's that simple. Brown makes stuff happen. Tatum is, if you're defending the Celtics, you want the ball in Tatum's hand with the shot clock winding down. That's what you want. That's best case scenario. So I'm just not a huge Tatum fan. Once again, he's a good player. Saying he's a top 10 player, top 15 player in the entire world, I'm not hating on him. But if anyone was ever saying that Tatum was a top 5 player in the league, I think that's insane. I do not see it at all.
Supply box is located. Move to secure.
No, once again, saying that he's top 15 or top 10, like that's not a bad player, right? I'm not straight up hating on him. But once again, you can say he's a better shooter. That's fine. I agree. I agree he's a better shooter than Brown. But in the in the playoffs, unless it's a catch and shoot, you want someone in the shot clock, unless it's Brunson, to dribble the ball too much and then take a contested shot, right? That is ideal defense in the playoffs. Even if it's a good player. You want nice survival, let's go. That is ideal defense. You want a player to dribble the ball too much, regardless of who he is, and then take a contested shot late into the shot clock. Tatum will do that every time. That's best case scenario. Brown makes stuff happen. He takes it to the hole, kicks out to an open guy, or draws a foul over and over and over again. I just feel like he's so much more difficult to deal with because he doesn't settle, where Tatum constantly settles. Constantly. That's why I'm a bigger Jaylen Brown fan than Tatum. Agreed. Tatum shoots better. Agreed. Not arguing.
Remaining. Move to secure.
Not arguing that. What up, Nid? Someone was saying something. Where was it? Started to stick to a balanced diet, but my day-to-day lifestyle is pretty inactive. Now that I have my eating habits on track, but I think my next realistic goal should be to get fitter. Daily steps, Jedi. Daily steps. If you work from home or if your office allows it, get a walking pad, bro.
Supply box is found.
Get 10,000 steps in a day without fail. OCD levels of commitment to your daily steps. That's what I would say. After you can do that consistently, then add resistance training 2 to 3 times a week on top of it all.
Loadout drop headed your way.
I know, right, Lynn? It is funny. Brown wanted to be the #1 option, and then he goes to a spot where he's potentially the 4th. He will not be the 4th option. But I don't think, like, there's not going to be a super clear, short? There's not going to be a super clear #1 option there either. I feel like it should probably be Maxey with the ball in his hands most of the time. If I was gonna pick on who to give the ball to, it would be Maxey. Let's go do this recon. And I think that for the betterment of the team, the order of operations will be Maxey, Brown, LeBron, Embiid. Embiid does not need to score 30 points a game for the Sixers to be good. Embiid needs to be healthy and efficient. That's it. That's it. If he gives him 18 to 20 a game on double-digit rebounds and he's a force defensively, giving you good minutes with effort, and then just create insane mismatches, he should shoot his best percentage of his entire career by a long shot. That should be his goal this year. He should have so many finishes near the basket from the double teams and collapses that Maxey, Brown, and LeBron are all gonna cause. I just feel like if your offense turns into, you have those 3 guys on the outside and your offense is just feeding Embiid in the paint, with everybody else on the outside, that's not a good offensive set, especially in the playoffs. Get your 4 on the outside moving. Edgecombe, Maxey, Brown, running off screens, pick and rolls with each other. And then Embiid going elbow to paint, getting the ball much deeper in the paint. Like, that's such a better offense than just feeding Embiid in the post 20 times a game. IMO.
Enemy intel located.
I'm pretty much set up for the game. I'm gonna do this and then get middle.
Next gas spread.
What do I eat for my 3 meals? I eat 1 to 2 times Philanthropist. Today I am eating once. I eat the same things every day. If it's 200 grams worth of carbs of rice. That's gonna be, it's gonna weigh slightly different after you cook it. But 200 grams worth of carbs of white rice, a pound of 93.7 ground beef, and 8 whole eggs. I eat that and only that every day. If it's one meal, I eat it all at once. On non-training days, if it's a training day, I eat half of it post-workout and half of it like 2.5 to 3 hours before I go to bed.
Peek at the next gas spread.
Ooh, let's see. How are we gonna get there? Philly ain't winning the East. You can promise me that? Promise is pretty crazy. I mean, they can definitely win the East, dude. Everything's got to go well. There's no guarantees in the NBA. No guarantees. Such a weird sport as far as if you think one team is going to be super dominant. The last time that I thought the championship was completely decided before the season started and was wrong, or I mean, right and wrong are both in the last time that I attempted to think that in back-to-back years. That's how weird the NBA is. And it was the Golden State Warriors with KD. When the Golden State Warriors got KD, the season was almost like a formality. We knew who was going to win the NBA championship, right? No one in their right mind thought that that team was going to lose to anyone. That was, in my opinion, that was the greatest team of all time. Like, I don't understand. It's them versus the Bulls as far as greatest team of all time. Who it was unstoppable. Everyone knew who was going to win, and guess what happened? They completely dominated from start to finish. Then the next year, guess what changed? They got better. So you're just like, okay, well, this season's over. We know exactly who's going to go back to back, and guess what happened? KD got injured. Clay got injured, Kawhi caught fire, and then the most sure thing that I ever thought could happen.
Reloading. Feeling weak.
Probably dead here. He's cheating. This guy's cheating so hard. Holy cow. Watch this. Wow.
That is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
He's cheating so hard. I eat fruit. I like fruit sometimes, but not currently. Right now, it's just super simple, just that.
Die trying.
And your Wolves beat them. I mean, during the regular season doesn't really count too much, dude. As far as if your team beat that Warriors team at one point, like, I don't think that Warriors team was taking the regular season that serious. But props to them, you know. Props to them. Where's my... Ew. This sucks. I mean, I'm gonna try to beat this dude, but this guy is cheating so hard, man. He's like a prestige 5. Was the 04 Pistons? The 04 Pistons were good, dude. They were really, really good. Kathy, thank you for the 40 months, yo. Super grateful for you. In nearly 3.5 years. Let's get it, my dog. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Supply boxes marked. Secure those locations.
To us Minnesota fans, it meant everything. Okay, fair enough. I'm sorry to rain on your parade then. You guys could have been the champs, dude. I don't know how in the world Golden State got away with that.
You've got a loadout drop inbound.
I don't really pay too much attention to baseball, but seems like the Dodgers are doing some pretty crazy stuff right now. Getting sniped at by somebody. I don't know who.
Taking fire! God damn, I'm clean. Loading fresh mag.
2 supply boxes down. 1 to go. Precision airstrike available.
Yeah, definitely, Kobe. Definitely. At some point I will. Last year I was able to run like half marathons with, that was the farthest that I had run. I'm not a natural born runner. It takes a lot of work for me to improve at running. A lot. And I have not done much running over the past half a year at all. It's been mostly strength training. Still doing some plyos and getting lots and lots of steps in.
You've got gas moving
But
in.
not a lot of running. So if I want to get to that level, it is going to require a lot of me. I'm not somebody who can just start running and all of a sudden I can run 10 miles with no problem at all. Like it's not that way. I've moved like 100 times, bro. That's what's happened to the brick wall. Not 100, but like six or 7. Yeah, well, here's the cheater, by the way. Here's the cheater. Let's see if I can kill him.
Requesting close
He's
air.
dead?
Target marked.
Copy. Longboat 3-1 on
He's
a
dead.
strike inbound. No hit. Go again.
Got contact. Throwing smoke. Hit deck.
This guy might be full of it too.
25 remaining.
No, he saw me. GG's. GG's. Oh, why do I move so much? Because do I prefer solos with the team? Lately solos. Lately solos. It depends on my mood though, honestly. But lately solos. You're really upset about KD joining the Warriors, huh? Too many players want the ball. You just don't see it happening. As far as 56 eggs a week, heck yeah, dude. Eggs are one of the best foods, period. One of the best foods, period. Everybody should be eating whole eggs, multiple whole eggs a day minimum. Yeah. I mean, this is just this game is made for children. You know, we don't have much longer to play it, but whatever. What was I gonna say? Oh, too many people. What up, Spartacus? Too many people want the ball for the Sixers. Like they all have to. If they're trying to actually win a championship, they gotta realize. It's not like the thing about the Sixers team and why I disagree with that sentiment is if it was like a James Harden, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, that type of player that needs the ball in their hand to be effective, I'd agree. None of those guys need to like be the sole initiator of the offense to be effective. They don't. None of them do. Jaylen Brown, if he wanted to, could be an elite slasher, right? He could be Dwayne Wade level, maybe not quite, but a level under Dwayne Wade as far as being a slasher. And he'll have the ball in his hands, kick it out, or take it to the hoop, draw a foul, and that could be his entire game. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be effective. Maxey can initiate every single fast break at an elite level, can shoot like a catch and shoot at an elite level. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be elite. LeBron has played off the ball with Luka, and he can be the person with the ball in his hands, or he can just be a hockey assist type player. He could play high post if he wanted to and feed Embiid. And Embiid can draw double teams, kick out to the open guy. None of them need the ball in their hand necessarily to be effective. And the whole offense doesn't need to go through them to be at their absolute best. So that's why I disagree with it. Every single one of them can slightly adapt their games, and it can all fit together 100%. If it was James Harden and Luka Doncic, those two aren't working together. It's clear. One of them is going to stand in the corner. The other one's going to dribble the ball. It is what it is. Aren't too many eggs bad for cholesterol? No. Also, the cholesterol lie is something that hopefully doesn't go on for much longer because it's just hurting a lot more people than it needed to. You need cholesterol, dude. You need cholesterol. You need it for hormone production. It protects your brain. All of these it's not just the cholesterol and the statins, but the combination of everybody consuming 10 times the sugar that we freaking need to in a day, right? Just absurd amounts of sugar in all of our food in America, combined with everybody being on a statin that doesn't even need to be on a statin, is causing dementia rates to just soar astronomically. So you don't, like, the level of high cholesterol, they've moved, look at what the level of high cholesterol was back in the 60s. And they've constantly just moved the bar to get more and more people on statins. Statins are, you should be, obviously there's not everyone, I'm not a doctor, but it's kind of like a GLP-1, right? There's a best use case for statins. Some people 100% need them. The amount of people that are on them that don't need them, if they were just able to control what they put in their mouth and exercise and eat correctly, is out of control.
Reloading.
So you need cholesterol. There's good and bad cholesterol. The cholesterol in eggs is probably gonna make you feel so much better. Don't believe the cholesterol lie, bro. Don't believe the cholesterol lie. If you are saying no to eggs because you're worried about the cholesterol,
Stand by for deployment.
everything that you believe about that is just flipped on its head wrong. It's crazy, Sig. It's the cholesterol lie is completely out of control, and I'm hoping that at some, well, I can't hope that the pharma people are gonna not want more money, because that's never gonna change, but I just hope that the amount of information that's allowed to get out, you know, gets out to more people. It's mainly, like I said, that age group of 40, 50, 60, 70 that are kind of stuck in their ways, and their algorithm's already tailored. They're not gonna get the truth. I have not played Battlefield Solos yet. Like in the 90s when they said fats are bad. It did. What we're supposed to eat as human beings is pretty clear. Don't let the FDA lie to you.
Loading fresh mag.
That's what I'm saying as far as like I'm not gonna eat these eggs because it's too high in cholesterol, and then you end up having something that's like super high in sugar, right? You have the bowl of ice cream because you're worried about your cholesterol. It's so backwards because you think that it's just ingest cholesterol. Now my heart gets worse, right? When it's just so much more complex than that. And the sugar is doing much, much more damage to you in the amounts that you're most likely consuming it. Whereas the egg would probably help you. Where'd that heli go?
Targets are up. Go take them down.
Yeah, we're good. Good old port, man. We love it here. We love it here. It's the bacon that gets you, not the eggs. The bacon's, I don't eat pork, but it's still fine for you in moderation. It's like everything else.
Taking fire. Take cover. Incoming tactical.
Oh yeah?
Changing max.
That was interesting.
Got contact.
This dude's weird, man. I'm pretty sure this guy is stream sniping, by the way.
Supply box secured. 2 to go. Gas is closing in.
We got weirdos, bro. What in the world? Like, what is this?
Reloading.
That was not the weirdo. We have another weirdo around here somewhere. That was loaded. Trying to lose weight and tone up the muscles. I don't need to get super jacked. Don't worry, dude. You won't. You won't. If to get super jacked, the level, just like kind of the way that you say it is why I kind of like poke fun a little bit. To get super jacked, your entire life needs to revolve around training, sleeping, and eating. So if it's a concern of yours that you don't want to get too jacked, trust me, you won't. You know, you're good. It's not. It should not be a worry. You will definitely not get super jacked unless
One
it
supply
is.
box remaining. Move
It
to
consumes every one of your thoughts. But yeah, mostly it's just gonna be what
secure.
you're eating,
Supply
dude.
box is secure. Contract complete.
That's your goal.
Ready for delivery.
Resistance train 2 to 3 times a week. Eat clean 90% of the time. Getting a slight calorie deficit. Walk every day. Boom. Yeah, no, that's cool, DJ. I'm just kind of trolling you at the same time. That's kind of what I'm saying.
I've marked a point on your map containing enemy.
I was just more so
Capture and secure it to get ahead of the next
laughing at, like, I see all the time where people will it's more like Instagram worlds where people are just like, I just don't want to get like too jacked, you know, and it's like someone who like isn't training very hard, doesn't keep track of anything that they're eating, and weighs like 130 pounds. Just like, don't worry, bro. you're good. That shouldn't be. It's not how it works, you know. You don't get to just look at weights and become Arnold Schwarzenegger. That'd be sick, but
Good work. Hold down the point until it's secure.
like I said, DJ, just like I just said, resistance train 2 to 3 times a week. Try to get go for a 3-mile walk every single day. Get some sun. Eat good 90% of the time and track your calories. Try to eat in a slight calorie deficit, and you can just go to Google, type in basal metabolic rate calculator, calculate it. Eat a little bit less than that,
Hell of a job.
and do the things that I just mentioned.
Information on the next gas spring.
Make sure your protein's high enough. The fats and carbs don't really matter too much as far as the levels. Play around. It's gonna be different for each person. What's best? Okay. I need to buy 2 things. I don't know what. I'm just running around. No, for real though, Wob. For real. Like I said, the amount of commitment it takes to be walking around with like jacked and shredded is like a
Loadout drop.
as far as how much time it takes during the week and how much mental preparation, you're talking a minimum of probably 30 hours a week. Oh dang it, I didn't even need to do that. 30 hours a week, at least at the beginning. As far as the time in the gym training, well actually, we'll do a different combination of things. The time in the gym training, the cooking food, weighing it out, all of that, and then I'm gonna also include the focus on sleep. As far as if you were to just stay up and watch a show a couple extra hours a night, right? You want to stay up and finish your Breaking Bad episode and skip out on a couple hours of sleep. I'm including that couple hours as well, right? Like you can't, if you're really trying to make gains, you can't do that. You can't skip hours of sleep unless it's like absolutely necessary for like a major life thing, you know? Ooh.
Loading fresh mag.
A friend that used steroids like 15 years ago, even with 40 nowadays without training, he gets huge if he goes back to the gym without using steroids again. He has the kind of genetics. Well, it also, there's something called
Taking fire.
something called muscle memory. Hold on.
Hey, get back. Changing mag.
Something called muscle memory, where like, let's say when he used steroids 15 years ago and he was 25 years old, he got up to a certain point where he was like 240 pounds lean, right? Like he was big. For you to get back to your body holding 240 pounds of muscle, even if you're holding a little bit extra fat on top of it, it's a lot easier for your body to get back to it than it is to just build from nothing towards that, right? So his steroid use 15 years ago helped him get back to that. Regardless of if he's taking it now or not, your body has a memory of what it used to have. That's like a good example of that. If you want to see what I'm talking about, look at Kevin Levrone. Type in Kevin Levrone. That is the most startling like body transformation you've ever seen in your entire life. The dude had one of the greatest bodies of all time, standing on the stage. He stopped in the off season. Sometimes he would completely stop training and look, I'm not even kidding, like an average out of shape, maybe not out of shape, but like slightly out of shape dad that like goes to the gym but doesn't take his diet seriously. That's what he looked like. An average looking, bigger dad. Within 6 months, he went from that to one of the greatest physiques to ever walk the earth. Just from his body it had been there before, it knew how to get there. Obviously, he was taking steroids, but body's pretty powerful as far as remembering what it can do and then getting back to it. So it's not too much of a shock. My Mount Rushmore in bodybuilding, top 4. Ronnie, number 1. In my opinion, the greatest physique at one time to ever exist. 03 Ronnie, greatest physique. I don't know when we'll see something like that ever again. At 300 plus pounds, at that body fat percentage, with a back that just dwarfed everybody else. Double peak on the bicep from the front, you know, striated glutes. There's a real possibility we'll never see something like Ronnie Coleman again. A perfect example of when a 1 in 10 trillion genetics works just as hard, if not harder, than everybody else. That's Ronnie Coleman. Dorian Yates, the Shadow. I love Dorian, bro. He changed bodybuilding. He changed bodybuilding. We'd never seen that combination of size and mass at the same time. And I just love the way that he trained. My style of training right now is very Dorian Yates inspired. If you guys can't tell. Very Dorian Yates inspired, where he did not believe in doing 20 sets per body part. Bro split. He was going in there and doing 1 to 2 sets to absolute failure with like rest pause techniques and stuff like that. In and out of the gym in 45 minutes to an hour, and completely obsessive about his diet. Dorian Yates, number 2.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Okay, I'm gonna go a non-Olympian champion at number 3. But it wasn't necessarily his fault. He just existed at the same time as Ronnie Coleman. And that's just unfortunate. And that's Flex Wheeler. If I could choose one body that I could live in, right? Like I could choose who I wanted to be, it would be Flex Wheeler. If you guys have never seen Flex, I don't know if it was 2000, like right around 2000, Flex Wheeler, his nickname was the Sultan of Symmetry. It is like the most perfect human body you've ever seen. If you asked AI to create the most perfect bodybuilder, that was literally Flex Wheeler. It is flawless. I don't think there wasn't a single thing that was out of proportion or that wasn't round. It was flawless. The fact that he existed at the same time as Ronnie Coleman was just unfortunate. And number 4.
To gain the upper hand.
We got a cheater. Yeah. Level 1000, by the way. Level 1000. Quint Beastwood, no. And number 4, oh man, bro. GG's. Number 4. That's tough for me. How did I rank Phil? I mean, if it was just early Phil, if Phil would have kept his physique that beat Jay and took it over there, and he would have like leaned into that, then I would 100% say Phil. But Phil, towards the end of his reign, I didn't like it. Shape. I know that it's just kind of like what you prefer, but for that reason, how his shape kind of morphed into basically what everything that we dislike about bodybuilding in the modern day, that's what Phil kind of like morphed into. He's a streamer. I mean, that was insane. Yeah, steroids are totally accepted, and I've never heard of Beastly. Never heard of him. What I just saw right there, I mean, I guess that could be a cranked Cronus, right? But that's just so stupid. There's no visibility of me whatsoever, and he does nothing but hit headshots from 200 meters away as I'm jumping around. If he's not cheating, that just shows how broke aim assist is. There's very little like skill involved there. He's either cheating on Cronus or aim assist is broken. Tough to say, oh heck yeah, that dude's insane. The game's dumb. That's what I'm saying. The Phil Heath, like, distended belly. Like I said, it's just, it kind of turned bodybuilding into like the, right now bodybuilding is in hands down the worst state that it's ever been in. So that's why none of the current bodybuilders of like the last 20 years are in my Mount Rushmore. If I had to pick again, I'd probably say Jay. And mainly I'll put Jay there because of the fact that he finished second to Ronnie so many times, and never gave up. And just kept on getting better and better and better, and eventually won. That's just, that's like comic book type stuff, you know? Yeah, in bodybuilding, steroids it's necessary. You can't become a professional bodybuilder without the abuse of performance-enhancing drugs. Frank Zane's incredible. I love Jay for that reason. Love him.
Battle Royale.
Your far cousin 1 second and Mr. Olympia 212. What's his name? How much do I do on incline dumbbells? 110s for sets of 10. 110s for sets of 10 is what I'm currently pumping out. I'm only doing 3 sets, but it's all that's needed when you're hitting failure. It's more than enough. Free. Thank you for the 41 months free. Much love to you always, dude. Let's freaking go. Do I believe in muscle confusion? You're saying, like, do I believe that? That's actually a great question. Do I believe in muscle confusion? What you're referring to is like where you constantly need to go into the gym and hit the muscle with something different every single time to make it continue to grow and adapt and get stronger. Yes and no is the answer to that question. Yes and no. There's 2 extreme ends of the spectrum. But the thing is, one of the ends of the spectrum, there is a way through progression. The other one, all you do is spin your wheels. So we'll put one side of the spectrum is you are constantly doing something different. You never do the same workout twice. Like, let's look at it as like a class, right? Group fitness classes would be a good example of that. And if your goal is to build muscle, once again, everyone has different goals. If your goal is to go into a group fitness class, get your sweat on, feel better about yourself through the day, you're a middle-aged guy or gal who's not gonna try to impress anybody by the physique that you're walking around at, but you want a capable one, you know? You wanna be able to get up out of bed, feel good, run whenever you run around, do this, do that, and not have your body really restrict you.
Strike standing by.
Then those group classes are awesome. It's gonna slowly but surely increase your general levels of fitness. But as far as building muscle goes, it is one of the worst things that you can do. There's like, comparative to everything else, it's obviously better than nothing. But if you think that you're going to pack on any serious muscle doing a group fitness class consistently, you're kidding yourself. You need your body to adapt to certain exercises and get stronger in certain movement patterns. So if you're trying to get as strong as you possibly can, then there's a reason why bench, squat, deadlift has been popular for a long period of time. Is because those are compound movements that train massive chunks of muscle. Like your squat trains 70% of the muscles in your entire body. If you get stronger on back squats, you are going to get stronger in so many different avenues, right? And if all you did was back squat a 5x5 from the time that you were 16 years old to the time that you were 22, all you ever did, 4 legs, was back squat, you could build impressive legs. Like, you would put on a fair amount of muscle. People would be like, dang dude, what do you do for your legs? And your goal the entire time was to get stronger. You start at 155 pounds and you progressively overload, and at the end, when you're 22, you're doing 405 for a 5x5. You are going to build, with perfect form, you're gonna build impressive legs, dude. Impressive legs. So in that regard, like, you're not confusing your muscle there. Your body knows, hey bro, I need to get better at this. I need to get better at this movement pattern. We need to recruit tons of different muscles to be able to do it. Let's get stronger, let's adapt, let's grow. So no, you don't need to confuse your muscles very much. You just need to progressive overload and get stronger. That's the goal. And with strength will come the muscle size if the calories are where they need to be, right? As far as, like, look at an Olympic lifter. Look at a big, impressive Olympic lifter. Their backs are incredible, and they're not trying to, like, necessarily confuse what they're doing. They're doing the same things all the time for, like, very low reps even, and they do very minimal accessories. So, like, is confusing your muscle important? I am on the much lower end of the spectrum, where I don't think that it's anywhere near as important as most people think that it is. But on the other end of the spectrum, it is important if you are not consistently progressive overloading, right? Like, you don't have your back squat, deadlift, bench press, military press that you're really trying to focus on and get stronger, and you're more like bro splitting and going to the gym and doing, like, for chest, you got chest flies, barbell bench press, dumbbell pullovers, right? You're doing 3 sets of 12. None of the sets are necessarily like that intense, and you're not like really reaching failure on any of them, so you're not getting the most that you can out of those workouts anyway. Then you're gonna stop getting sore after a little bit because you're not asking your body to get stronger. You're not, your body's gonna try to adapt to whatever it's doing. So after it figures out, hey, I can pretty easily do this set of 12 with this weight, and you don't increase the weight to get stronger, then your body's not gonna just change. Then those people are usually the ones that are like, I'm not seeing gains anymore. I need to change up the order of the exercises, or I need to change up my sets and reps. You can almost completely nullify the I need to confuse my muscle with progressive overload. That's my take on it. Is it important? Ish. As far as ranking it among things that are important when training and building a platform, it's an afterthought. Good question, though. My girlfriend confuses my brain muscle all the time. Any advice on doing more pull-ups? Yeah, do pull-ups. That's it. Pull-ups are one of the best exercises in the entire world, because if you can do a singular pull-up, you can get better at doing pull-ups. Instead of doing, like, I'm guessing you're doing like maybe 3, 4 sets of pull-ups. Maybe the first one you get 8, the second one you get 7, third one you get 6, and then you're kind of done. Instead of doing just your 3 sets, pick a number, like a super lofty number. This could be the only thing that you do for back day, and trust me, you're gonna feel awesome doing this. Like I said, if you're trying to get better at pull-ups, go in there, stand under the pull-up bar, and say, I'm not leaving this spot, or you know, some seat next to it until I get 100 pull-ups. If you can do 8, I think that's doable. You're not gonna leave until you get 100 pull-ups done. I don't care if it takes you 2 hours.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
You'll get better. Pick a crazy number, go for it. Next time, pick a crazier number, go for it. Next time, instead of picking an even crazier number where you're in the gym for 3 hours, try to do it faster. 100 pull-ups for time. Start to get down like a breathing pattern. Start to time it. Be like, okay, I can do 4 pull-ups every minute and a half. Let's see if I can keep that pace the entire time, right? That's it. It really, the pull-ups are freaking awesome because you don't need to reinvent the wheel to get better at them. You just need to do them. The best weight loss journey? Calorie deficit. Resistance training, calorie deficit. Consistent steps. If you do those 3 things, you'll have success.
Gas is closing in.
I thought that was a different skin than the guy that I just saw, no? That was weird. What's resistance training? Working out with weights. Working out with weights. If you've never trained before, like I say, your goal, if you're trying to build a base, should be building a base of strength. Kind of what I was just talking about with, is muscle confusion important? Pick the major exercises: squat, bench, deadlift, military press, whatever. And
Napalm strike ready for delivery.
focus on getting stronger in those movements with perfect form, with a few accessory workouts surrounding them.
Raider is Winchester, returning to base.
Force your body to get stronger and adapt to increasing strength while getting enough protein, being in a calorie deficit, a slight one, and making sure that you're walking as much as you possibly can every day. Hold this for me, dude. Thank you.
Changing max.
Thank you. You guys are so nice. Nice guys.
Bounty targets identified. Weapons free. Enemies are dropping into the area.
Loading strike back.
Big hefty. Dang it.
God damn, I'm clean.
Primary objective complete. All targets.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is called flow state. Go buy Speci. You do arms, shoulders day one, and chest the next. Would the chest day disrupt the recovery of the? That's not what I would be worried about. Your recovery is always going to be somewhat disrupted by previous training sessions. It's just part of the game. Just part of the game. You definitely, I would be much more concerned. Once again, disrupting recovery is not at the top of the list as far as. Like for me, it's not even something that I think about. What's much more important is your lift from a previous day going to hinder your ability to perform the next day's workout? So for your example, arms and shoulders, I would be worried about your front delt and your tricep. If you're going super hard on triceps and shoulders, and front delt gets just torched and they're fried the next day, that's 100% going to influence your ability to train chest effectively. You're going to fail a lot sooner on some of those reps because those body parts are just torched. Didn't even try, bro. So that is a much bigger deal than influencing recovery. Like I said, just don't even stress about, as far as, like I said, as far as if one exercise is going to, or one workout is going to influence recovery or the next, that will always be the case. And you're never going to be able to fully recover from one workout before the next workout happens. A lot of the times, like, it happens all the time. For me, like, let's say I train legs. Or no, a better idea would be I train upper back and chest, right? And it's like a little sore the next day, and then I train legs. Instead of me being super recovered from the upper body day the day after, because I trained legs, now my upper back and chest is even a little bit more sore than it was the day before. That's totally fine. Continue to do everything that you're doing. Get your protein, get your sleep, recover, take a day off after that. So then my upper back and chest can, then my back and chest can feel better going into the next workout after. And if you're a little sore, say your legs are still a little bit sore going into that workout 2 to 3 days later, that's fine. I wouldn't train them if they're completely dead sore. I'd move them, but I wouldn't, like, if you can't even walk downstairs because you did a 10 by 10 on back squats, and you think in 2 days you're gonna go do walk-in lunges and Bulgarian split squats, like, just chill, dog. You're okay. You can't win the marathon in the first lap. Give it another day. Give it another 2 days. Who cares? You're fine. Another good question, though, honestly. Another good question. Dang it, Charlie. Dang it, dude. Do I do anything for recover? All I do is massage gun. I am active. I think like moving every day helps a ton with recovery. I sleep good the vast majority of the time. I get my protein every single day. I do yoga 3 times a week. I'm in the sun every day. I swim a couple times a week. It just, the recovery aspect is really just, the 2 most important things are sleep and protein. After that, if you are getting 7.5 hours of sleep most of the time, not everybody can do that, but that should be kind of the goal. I know that there's some people can get away with less, and props to you. But if you're getting enough sleep for you, that's what I'll say. Enough sleep for you and enough protein for you, that is 95% of recovery. 95% of it. Anything else that you do besides those 2 things is like putting sprinkles on a brownie. It doesn't change the brownie, right? It doesn't change the texture that much as far as how good the brownie's gonna taste. It's just a little bit on top.
Closing in. Relocating.
Just changes the color on top. You may get a little bit of taste of the sprinkle, but as long as you're sleeping and eating correctly, you're fine. Like I said, that's 95% of the recovery. Anything else? Props to you, but it doesn't really matter that much. It's obviously I really do think that moving every day is a good part of it as well. Instead of when I was bodybuilding, I would train like a madman, obviously, and my legs would be sore for 3-4 days afterwards. I was doing high volume, a lot of the sets to failure, but I wouldn't move. After I would train my legs, I would just play video games on my rest days. I literally didn't move, and that will make you more sore. So move. Like I said, just go on a 3-mile walk every day. Go swimming. Get some sun. Go to the playground with your kids. Run around and jump with them. Play tag. Right? Move. That helps a ton. I don't really want to jump down yet. I'm gonna play high ground here. Do you find weighted vest walking helpful? Rocking? Yeah, I was talking about it earlier. That's the key to calf development right there. Where'd this guy go? He's in the cave, got it. I was super confused. Super confused. Hey, Charlie, thank you for the 61 months. Over 5 years, you're dope, Charlie. Never forget, homie. Much love always. And then we got Stabby. Thank you for the 2 months. Heck yeah, Stabby. Stabby the clown, bro. Can't believe you don't restock from a specialist. I know. You have to spend 45K to get
Molotov out! Got contact!
Closing in.
Loading fresh mag! Incoming!
9 left. Keep the pressure on.
Taking fire!
Friendly
I
loadout
could use a
drops on the
medkit.
way. Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover.
Tossing smoke grenade! Reloading!
Okay.
Hostile airstrike incoming. Losing ground. Moving. Be advised, there's an enemy
Oof.
Changing max!
for you.
I don't know how I missed that one, bro.
Throwing smoke! Throwing Molotov! Got contact! Tossing smoke grenade! Reloading!
Marking new safe zone.
No chance, bro.
Enemy UAV is online. You're clear. Enemy hunters were eliminated.
Taking fire!
free. Don't let up now.
Throwing smoke. Semtex. Enemy dead. Lost contact.
I can't hit anything. Dang it, bro.
Less than 5 would still
GG's.
Next
I should have
time.
won that fight. I just missed some shots there. He was in a weird spot and my mouse was not like where I needed it to be for that fight. I was ready for him to be to my right and he was on my left and I ran out of mouse room. GG's. GG. But it's expensive to get specialists and restock, that's for sure. Wasn't an ad, but what's a healthy mix of cardio, running versus strength, like Olympic lift? It completely depends on your goals, dude. Completely depends on your goals. There's no one right answer to that. So then I'd ask you, what's your goal? Is your goal to like try to build a little bit of muscle while still being able to have decent cardio and run? And then with cardio, is the goal to just burn calories and be in a calorie deficit, or are you trying to like actually get better at something? Are you trying to be able to run a half marathon, right? Like there's just it's very, very specific. There's no blanket answer there for you. So I need more from you there. I watched a lot of their stuff, BC. They're dope, dude. They're dope. Yeah, weightlifting is right. Weightlifting Pop is right there. We were talking earlier about like confusing your muscle, and I was just like, just look at Olympic weightlifters. Like the top ones are just freaks as far as what they look like physically, and there's not a crazy amount of confusion. You know, they're doing the same things every single day, just forcing themselves to get stronger and more technical. Is it normal to get sleepy once you start gaining muscle? That probably has a lot more to do. Well, you're asking a lot of your body, to be fair. The short answer there is probably like a little bit yes, right? But a lot of it has to do with your food. If you're if you're training your butt off, I'm gonna assume you're training your butt off 4 days a week in this scenario. Training your butt off 4 days a week. And you're tracking your food, which is necessary here. If we're gonna take it seriously, you gotta frickin' track your food. And you're in a 500 calorie surplus trying to build muscle. I'm assuming that's your goal. It's probably a little bit normal to be tired post-workout. Like, if you're training hard, you're taxing your nervous system, right? You just gotta make sure that you're eating food that's gonna assist in your recovery. You're minimizing the garbage food that causes inflammation in your body. Like, let's say you just had a crazy leg day and you're like, oh man, I deserve a cheat meal right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get a full Domino's pizza. My body's gonna use it. I'm bulking. I'm in a calorie surplus. It's not that big of a deal. You're going to, like, sure, it's definitely going to help you recover, but your body's probably going to not enjoy trying to break down all of the garbage that's in that Domino's pizza. Let's say you're sensitive to gluten or the tomato paste or the stuff they put in it, or you're lactose intolerant, right? Then that causes your body a whole bunch of inflammation on top of the inflammation that you already just triggered with your training session. Of course you're going to be tired. You're going to be exhausted. After you train legs and eat a pizza, your body is trying to utilize all of the calories that it can to recover from the brutal training session that you just put it through, and then at the same time do it with ingredients that aren't optimal to do it with. If that makes sense. You're causing a little bit of stomach discomfort and, like I said, inflammation where you don't want it because your stomach's not happy with you for whatever reason. A different example, right, would be you did the same leg workout, the exact same leg workout, and after you had to go, you got to go work all day. You can't afford to eat your Domino's pizza and feel like trash afterwards. Eat foods that you know that your body reacts well to. Have a bunch of fruit, some lean meat that you know is really, really easy for your body to break down, whether it be chicken or beef or bison, whatever. And you have that with a bowl full of watermelon, some white rice, Right? Like you are gonna feel so much better off eating watermelon, a banana, white rice, and bison, and that's gonna help your body like recover from that training session without causing all of the inflammation that you would have eating the Domino's pizza. So, are you gonna be tired after, like when you're trying to gain muscle in a calorie surplus, training your butt off? Yes. Do you have the ability to minimize how tired you are based off of your food choices? Absolutely. You don't need to be a 10 tired. If you're a 10 tired right now, it's probably your own fault. You're not eating enough, you're eating the wrong things, you're not getting enough sleep. The timing of your meals is also important as well. For a long time, as long as you're scheduling your meals around your workout, you're usually okay, dude.
Taking fire! Reloading!
Enemy hunters were taken out. You're in the clear.
Thanks for that.
Now that's better.
I mentioned yoga. Is that my go-to for core and athleticism, also on off days? It's like, yeah, not necessarily athleticism. I'm not, yeah, like yes and no. I feel like all these questions seem to be yes and no, but no, for sure. Like you need to be able to, I think one of the most important things that you can do as far as injury prevention and just feeling good throughout the day all the time is being able to control your own body in space. And yoga is extremely good for that. Being able to bend in certain directions and, like I said, control your body, move it without risk of injury, having strong shoulders and flexible hips, you know? Like those things that's important for the longevity of you being able to train. So yeah, for sure. And then the, as far as core strength goes, controlling your body in space is the ultimate core strength. That's why you would, I've said this for a long time. I think the worst trainers of your core, like the worst group of people to pay attention to if you want a strong core is bodybuilders. They're doing like the most not all bodybuilders, but a good chunk, where they're just doing like cable, like sit-ups and stuff like that. Yes, you train your abs like if you're trying to get them to pop, which that's what they're trying to do. They resistance train them just like they would anything else. But if you actually want a strong core, that's not how you do it. You do it by controlling your body in space. Who has, I always like to use this kind of example, but who has, in your opinion, what group of people has the strongest cores in the entire world? What type of athletes? I'll ask the question to you guys. What type of athletes have like some of the strongest cores? And we're not necessarily talking about rotational strength here, because you could say like a shot putter or something like that. We're talking about just overall core strength and the ability to control your body in space. Who has it?
All supply boxes secure. Contract complete.
Gymnasts is the answer. Gymnasts. And what do they do?
Changing max.
Right? Gymnasts aren't sitting there on the cable machine just doing crunches. They're controlling their body in space. That's how you build a strong core. That's why I do yoga. If that makes sense. But in my opinion, those are like the ultimate masters of their own body there.
Throwing thermite. Loading fresh mag.
Sick. I'll take that. So yeah, that's why. And I just feel like my overall how I feel throughout the day, if Emma wants to go swimming, if she wants to play floor as lava, right? Like the best thing that I can do for myself is stay mobile and flexible, and that's where the yoga comes in. Stay mobile, stay flexible,
Loadout drop headed
control your
way.
body in space. Can't go wrong. Hold on, what do I have? I have tempered, perfect. I'm on a little bit more moolah here. I'm down, BC, obviously. Instagram is probably the best way to reach me. That's what you're trying to do. I do solid core classes for core. Am I the only male there? Absolutely. Heck yeah, dude. Honestly, like females do, as far as like training goes, they do two things really, really well consistently, and that's leg training and core strength. That's like what a lot of the women's classes are focused on, and they do it really, really well. I have not tried the Azeron yet. I will definitely be within the next couple weeks, and I'll set up a hand cam. When I'm doing the Azeron, I'll set up the hand cam. It's gonna be a learning experience. Let's see. I'm a ways off especially here. I'm just kind of hoping that something spawns here real quick.
You've got a
Am I
loadout
liking this
drop
game?
inbound.
It's okay, dude. It's okay. We're rocking. Yeah, you could definitely say wrestlers as far as core strength too. But then once again, I mean, I would even argue that it's pretty similar. Wrestlers, they're trying to control other people's body in space. That's something else entirely, right? Another huge thing to tackle. Let's go, Tom. Glad you're feeling better. Are you getting in your protein? Get in your protein. Love all those changes. Heck yeah. Love to see it, bro. Love to see it. Let's see if I can get let's see if I can get the restock perk here. If I'm gonna hold that building, I want a restock, you know? Perfect. That's good enough for now. This should be fun. Let's see how this goes.
LDBR inbound.
Okay. Opinion on kettlebell training. I like kettlebell training. I don't do anything currently besides like my shoulder stability work is upside down kettlebell holds or walks. Upside down kettlebell walks where you're like holding it at a 90-degree angle like this and trying to like balance it as you do like a farmer's carry type walk. But I've used kettlebells before. I like them. This is the key for this stair fight. It's gotta be so annoying, dude. What does everyone think of oral BPC 157? I I've tried oral BPC 157, and just I don't know. I didn't really notice much of a benefit from it. I think that just taking your joints through the ranges of motion consistently under load is much more important than taking a supplement and not doing that. Does that make sense? When I say this is the key, do you mean the angle? For sure. You need to hit the shot right here, and you're gonna get the first shot. I've been doing this ever since OG Verdansk. I just answered that, Chris. Just answer that. I don't know if you're behind or not. What's going on here? Sully, for me, it's the same. The same on, training days and non-training days. And no, I don't have cheat meals. Not right now.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
You're good, Chris. You're good. Listen, I like them, and I only use them for, like, stability type stuff. But I do like kettlebells. They're pretty dope. It's just not, like, something that I incorporate a ton of right now.
Got contact!
Wow.
Just needed electrolytes. Reloading! Taking fire!
Holy cow, dude. I need to just smoke. And where's this guy in the stairs, you know? Oh, that's just too easy for him. That's too easy.
Deployment or die trying.
Oh, right around 2K right now, Sully. As you can add it up all for yourself. Yeah, probably. I have 200 grams of carbs worth of white rice. 200 grams of carbs worth of white rice, a pound of 93.7 ground beef, and 8 whole eggs. I don't use cooking oils to cook. I use a non-stick spray, so there's no extra calories there. That's it. Every day, same thing. Sometimes I'll do sweet potatoes instead of rice, but the amount of grams of carbs that I'm eating is the same there. I'm just looking for 200 grams of carbs. 8 eggs, 8 eggs. Eggs are the best, bro. Eggs are the best. Over easy for me. Over easy. It's so easy to eat eggs that way for me. Like, you could drink them. That sounds pretty good, Halsey. That sounds pretty good to me. I'd eat that. I'm guessing the weirdo has run out of rockets. Who knows, bro? Or this could be him right here.
Changing max.
What about cholesterol? We just went over the cholesterol myth, dude. We just went over the cholesterol myth.
High value target located. Bring them down.
Yeah, 100% Monarch, 100%. You like the hard-boiled? I feel like hard-boiled is an S tier choice just for like ease of use, you know? They're so easy to store, and you can cook them in like huge quantities as well, hard-boiled, and then just pull them out of the fridge whenever, mash them up, add stuff to it for flavor. Like, definitely an S tier choice of a way to cook eggs. What? Oh my. That was a bad shot.
Loading fresh mag.
T, what up, T? S tier is raw, yo. Thank you, bro.
Gas is moving in.
No, but that's why I like over easy though. That's why I like over easy. It just changes the texture. Cause I'm not like, as far as sauces that I use, mustard and hot sauce is really the only two right things I feel when you're, maybe not only two right, but for me, mustard or hot sauce, mostly mustard. It can get a bit dry if the meat isn't too fatty, right? If I'm eating 93.7 in rice, it can get pretty dry. So the runny yolks on over easy make it a lot easier to eat. Gives a good texture to it. Almost like the egg yolk is the sauce, you know? Kind of how I treat it. I'm gonna try to get, I'm gonna go back here and see if I can get, restock.
Gas is inbound.
Less than 1,000 calories a day? You got nowhere to go from there. I mean, I feel like the only time that it's ever okay to be on that little of calories, in a day, is if you are close to stepping on a bodybuilding stage and you're on like your last week, or you weigh 90 pounds, you know? Other than that, I would imagine you're probably under eating, my dog. I'm missing. It is so low. I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody eating 1,000 calories before. Do you, I mean, I guess there's a couple instances. If you are, if you're about to step on a bodybuilding stage, right? And you're in your last week and you got a little bit more to lose than you'd like, or if you're like 200 pounds overweight and you could afford to just straight up not eat for a year and a half. Those are like the only two instances where I would ever think that would be okay.
Be advised.
Other than that, like I said, you're 100% over or under eating, dude. I would imagine you feel like trash unless you have a bunch of weight to lose. But if you're an active human trying to recover from training sessions on 1,000 calories total, add in some carbs, bro.
Get to the new safe zone.
Tons of weight. Okay, that's what I'm saying. If you have tons of weight to lose, like
Only 10 left.
I would say if you have 100 pounds to lose, then it's okay to be in that aggressive of a deficit. But at the same time, for you, don't be afraid when the scale starts to slow down a little bit to add calories, add carbohydrates, have better workouts. Trust. Add calories, have better workouts. That will get your scale moving again when it inevitably slows. Because at 1,000 calories, what's tough is if you have 100 pounds to lose, fine. You don't need to eat technically. You'll be fine. But eventually, you're going to start dragging, and the scale's going to start to slow down. And then you should pivot your your goal a bit to like more building muscle and having better workouts to then increase your metabolism overall. Add carbs. Your protein's fine. Add carbs. Get better workouts. I just eat them after I cook them sick. Eggs only take a couple minutes, you know. If you wanted to store them, you could just do the hard boil. Eat them like that.
The enemy squad hunting you is down. You're clear for now.
So I eat like a dog, as far as like what I eat and when. That was a headshot, I thought. I eat the same thing every single day, and I don't really care. But if you're trying to lose weight, like, you need to be in a calorie deficit, dog. You need to start counting your calories. You need to start weighing your food if you're serious about it. If you're serious about it, that's what you need to do. I don't ever get sick of what I eat either. I love it. No experience with triathlon training, dog. Someday. Yeah, like I said, that's 1,000 calories is brutal. It's brutal. Ideally, you add in some more calories, dude. Especially if you have lost any weight and you're super motivated. Like I said, just kind of pivot it a little bit to you want to be able to build muscle too, right? I think I saw someone right here. Hold on.
Taking fire!
You've got gas moving in.
Reloading! Target area marked.
Enemy
You're cleared
UAV
hot.
overhead. Precision airstrike available. Hostile UAV in the area.
Copy that. Longboat 3-1 is on station. Strike inbound.
Enemy UAV is online. You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Shots missed. No joy.
Are they both in here?
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone.
Requesting close air. Target marked.
This is Longboat 3-1. Target acquired. Strike inbound.
Only 2
Got him.
left.
I just baited him into that so hard, bro.
Gas is inbound.
Loading fresh mag.
Effect on target.
I think he's gonna pop up over here if I had to guess, but I'm not sure. Found him.
Contact. Tossing smoke grenade.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone. Relocating.
Taking fire. Changing mag.
Gas is moving.
No, he's good. He's pretty good, dude. That guy's pretty good. GG's. GG's. He's always had the slight advantage on me the entire fight. I needed to get in a fight in the smoke, and I just couldn't. Luke, thank you for the 14 months. Appreciate you, man. And Screwface, thank you for the 30. Heck yeah, dude. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. between salads and rice and protein, switching back and forth. As long as you're getting like the rice and protein every single day, Tom. Like the salads, I know that it has like a. I'm glad that you're feeling good off of it. I don't want to discourage that. But as far as like the nutritional value out of a salad, salads are, in my opinion, hands down the most overrated healthy food in the entire industry. Hands down. You don't get anything. Like there's no nutritional value in salad, right? So it's just what do you add to it? If you're adding chicken and you're adding rice to the salad, W. But salad is not nutrition. Salad is a texture changer. That makes sense? It's also, at the same time, I guess you could say, it helps fill your stomach up. If you're really, really hungry, you can eat a lot of lettuce, you can eat a lot of spinach, and you don't get a ton of calories for it. But you don't, once again, you don't really get anything from salad. So it's awesome that you're feeling good off of it, and it can be a good filler in between meals, but salad's not a meal. Unless you're adding rice, chicken to it, then W. Or you're adding eggs to it, right? Or beef. It's what you add to the salad that makes it good. Jeez, Joey, what a nerd, dude. Hopefully you get that back. Micronutrients, bro. Salad's got next to nothing, man. You know, like I said, it's in my opinion the most overrated health food in the entire world. It's a texture changer. That's it. It's a texture changer. And once again, I don't want to discourage you, Tom, at all. You're doing awesome. If you're feeling good, that's the most important thing. But as far as like getting the stuff that you need and what's making you feel good is not necessarily the salad. It could just be being in a calorie deficit, you know? And then in that case, keep doing what you're doing. I just want to make sure that you're getting enough protein every day to keep it consistent, right? The protein and those carbs and good fats that you're getting, that is what is going to prolong your feeling good and make it into a forever thing. Whereas if you were to just eat salads every single day, that's not consistent. You're not going to be able to always feel good off eating salads because there's nothing in it. Meat delivery service, perfect. You get it then. You get it. Perfect. Exactly. It's a texture changer. It's not a meal. You get it. There we go, Joey. How hyped are you, man? Better sandwiches, still not dog food. You're getting there. Heck yeah. That's hype, Joey. That's hype. Hey, man, I've just gotten real unlucky in my final fights today, you know? I've gotten real unfortunate in my final fights. I just can't get like the slight advantage in any of these fights in the 1v1s at the end. I'm always in like the worst position, even though I think that I'm in the best one. Initially I am, then it gets flipped because of grapples. Once again, as soon as grapples are gone, in every single situation that I've been in today, I probably win. Grapples are just such a brain dead thing, but they'll be gone soon. What up, Sneak? They'll be gone soon. And I'm not using them on purpose right now. Obviously smokes are a little bit better for me, but grapples will be gone soon, and then all of the positions today where the high ground gets flipped because they close their eyes and press a button will be gone, which is pretty hype. But whatever. Weekend 2 of beta, are you gonna try out there? Yeah, of course. I'm gonna play as much Modern Warfare as I possibly can, bro. Depends on what time I stream, Aramish. Depends on when I stream. I think I went against Metaphor like a few weeks ago in solos. I killed him once, he killed me once.
Gas is approaching your position. Move to the safe zone.
Wow, I have 5 recons. Let's go. Let's go. Feel great this year? Heck yeah. Got you up. Of course. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Grapples don't belong in the BR, but once again, this is a children's game, and grapples get the kids hyped. You know? Pretty soon we're gonna be playing Modern Warfare 4 anyway, so none of it really matters. How much longer am I streaming? About an hour. Because I gotta get the girls from school today. Picking them up from school and then going swimming for a couple hours. It's gonna be fun. Drink my caffeine, of course. So today we did just some yoga. Woke up, drank caffeine, did yoga, took a shower, started stream. That was my start to today. And then drank a fair amount of water, but I do need to drink more, so. What up, Buffalo? How you been, dog? No slick backs today.
Hunt down the
I just
enemy.
wasn't really feeling it.
Enemy intel located. Capture and secure the intel point to discover the next gas spread.
Wasn't feeling it. Dude, like 300 milligrams a day. Same for stream tomorrow? Yeah. Yeah. Well, did somebody else have slicked back hair or what? Go blue, baby. Heck yeah. So you have some other, you know, good, cultured college sports fans. Sounds about right.
Intel point activated. Now ensure the point is secure.
Nice, let's go. Go blue, baby. Oops. Whatever, man.
Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment. They're ready to fight.
The Big House is someplace that everybody needs to go at least once, though. If you've never been to the Big House, it's so sick, dude. Much better than that ugly horseshoe stadium. That's pretty sick, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That's an Eberly stock right there. If you guys aren't familiar with this type of backpack, that is an Eberly stock.
Let's have ourselves a fight.
Dang it, what's the name of it?
Be ready. You're next.
Yeah, that's 100% an Eberly stock, though. Definitely. I forget the name of it. It's sick. Ew, dude. Get out of here with this OH garbage. As you guys are about to spank us this year. Which I don't really want to talk about. I predict we get beat by 30. Yeah, of course. I've been to 2 Michigan games.
Success means redeployment. Failure means elimination.
I don't think veggies are necessarily like useless. Oh, it's me versus him.
Loading fresh mag.
I don't think veggies are necessarily like useless. I don't really want to play Avalon, to be fair. But I don't think that they're absolutely necessary either. Obviously, you can get some good fiber from them. You can get some good minerals. But I just feel like it's kind of tricky. There's, like, I'll just give a broccoli, for example. How veggies in the wild survive is they become poisonous to the things that try to eat them, right? And I'm not saying that vegetables are poisonous, but that's their survival instinct. Or their way of surviving throughout hundreds of thousands and millions of years. They need to become poisonous to the things that would eat them. They don't have claws, they don't have teeth, they can't run. So I feel like vegetables are very like hit or miss for each person. There's vegetables that people's stomachs can easily digest based off of their gut biome, and then there's ones that certain veggies will cause a lot more necessarily like harm than good. Not like crazy harm, but just stomach discomfort, and maybe it could be in your stomach a little bit too long and you don't really get near as much out of it as you'd think. So there's better choices than others, and it's all dependent on the person. That's just how I feel about vegetables. It's not like you need to have 6 servings of a ton of different types of vegetables. That's definitely not the case. No, I wish 10. It was still, Ann Arbor was still like a couple hour drive from where I lived. And, I mean, growing up on Saturdays, I was playing football during football season. You know, and a lot of the games are on Saturdays. If you play youth football at the same time a lot of the times. Thank you. We get Verdansk. Let's go. Okay, before this game starts, I'm just gonna get up and walk around. I need to move. BRB.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Rucker, they're headed to the water.
Just what we do.
Let's go. At Lambeau? I feel like that would actually be kind of cool. At Lambeau in the in December. A December game in Lambeau would be pretty hype. With like snow all over the place. Wearing your winter clothes, that'd be kind of sick, dude. Yeah, it sounds about right, Eddie. Alliance fan in Green Bay is a bucket list item. Yeah. The Lambeau would be pretty sick. For me, I would want to go when it's like really cold. Also, Duty Boy, thank you for the 31 months, dude. Grateful for that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see here. We could get an ATC game. I'm telling you to eat more, Sully. I say eat more. Because I'm happy for you that you're losing weight on the amount of calories that you're eating, but the whole thing about it for me is what you're doing is not sustainable at all. Not for a single human on Earth is what you're doing sustainable. So I would rather you start to transition to something that's sustainable, to where you learn how to like actually eat to fuel performance and feeling good all day. That is a way that you can eat for the rest of your life with, like, you know, tweaks here and there, rather than you're basically gonna have to relearn from scratch how to eat once you get to whenever you stall. So like I said, I would say increase your calories, find your sustainable way of eating. Even though you're seeing results, it's super motivating, it's not gonna last. You're getting enough protein, but once again, you need more good fats to optimize hormones and for your brain, and you need some carbs to fuel performance for whatever type of workouts you want to do. Yeah, so the sooner you can transition to a more sustainable way of eating, the better.
Primary objective is to eliminate all targets. Secure the supply boxes. Locations are marked on your tank map.
Nice. Does this old dog still have new tricks? Am I the old dog here? I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so.
Supply box secured. Move to the next one.
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Two
For real.
supply boxes down. One to go.
Dude, we'll go back here by take the heli and do the recons.
Contract complete. All supply boxes secured.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Hopefully new Warzone's good as 2019. Looking forward to solo BR uni. Heck yeah, dude. I'm hoping that I can see what I'm shooting at already. Like, the movement speed getting brought down to Earth is a big W. As far as not, you know, jumping off trees and grappling over buildings. Like, that's awesome, man. The strafe speed getting slowed down to a human level. All of those are big W's to your ability to track on mouse and keyboard. I'm worried about the visibility in Modern Warfare 4. The visibility at Fanatics Fest looked awful. Awful. Like, worse than Modern Warfare 2. So I hope they listen to feedback, because obviously anybody that wants to take video games seriously does not want the visibility anywhere close to what they had at Fanatics Fest. Anywhere close.
You've got gas.
And then yeah, other than that, we'll see. Ever play Battlefield? Yeah, I did. I grinded the multiplayer actually. Nice, Dan. Nice. What if I shifted 2K after a few weeks of shredding? You can do it now, dude. You can do it now. You're still... I don't know what your height and weight is, but if you say you have a lot to lose... Let's see, you need to start shifting your goal to a sustainable way of eating and living, which should be resistance training focused and eating to fuel your performance and recovery in while resistance training. 2,000 calories should be able to fuel you pretty well. You'll still most likely, I don't know, once again, I don't know height and weight, but it'll most likely be enough to recover and fuel you. Most likely. So yeah. Once again, you have to transition to sustainability. Have to.
Well done,
It's either going to happen
Check your
on
map
your
for the next
watch
gas
or
spread location.
not on your watch, and it's going to be way, way harder than it would be right now. You said 6 foot and 95 kilograms. Oh yeah, for sure. You could still most likely very easily lose weight on 2,000 calories at like 210 pounds or whatever you're at.
I've marked a point
For sure,
on the map
dude.
containing enemy
For sure.
intel. Capture and secure it to get ahead
Like
of
I
the
said,
next gas
make sure you resistance train. The whole point of upping the calories is to fuel performance. Increase calories to fuel performance. Increase calories to fuel performance. Get to the gym.
Care package on standby.
Good work. Hold down the point until it's secure.
Trigger some muscle growth, bro. Trigger some muscle growth. Get your protein. Recover from it. Especially. Rep. Ooh. Sick. That's pretty dope. How you doing, Kev? How you doing, man? How you doing, man? Oh, this isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. I did not think this through. I did not think this through. I did not think this through. Run. That's pretty dope. I have not looked into any like air guns myself, but I know a couple people that do use them for small game. That's pretty dope. That's pretty sick. You can get like some super souped up ones as well. Some super souped up ones. Not training at the moment. We're not. Dude, I'm telling you, Sully. I can only say it, you know. I can only say it so many different ways. You need to start resistance training. You need to eat more calories. I'm glad that you're losing weight. That's awesome. That's awesome. But those two things need to be non-negotiables, like going forward. If I'm you, that's exactly what I'm doing. Get to the gym at least 2 times a week, full body, 2 times a week. Eat more calories. You'll be fine.
Gas is moving in. Use
This guy, I
safe
think, is
location.
cheating, by the way. We'll see.
Changing max. Need recon overhead.
Dang it. I wasn't. Oh, he is. I think he is. Hold on, let's see. I don't know. I can't tell if aim assist is just broke. I was slightly outside of my smoke there. Slightly outside of my smoke.
Be ready. You're next.
If I was in my smoke, then I'd say it's weird, but since I'm outside, he could just be on controller. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Preload the beta Thursday. Let's go, Deagle.
Earn redeployment or die trying.
Nice, Cav. Heck yeah, bro.
Enemy eliminated. Prepare for redeployment.
I can't tell if that dude was full of it or not. I really can't. See, he could just straight up be a controller player. Difficult to tell. I need the next fight with him. I just need to be in smoke. Then we'll actually be able to tell if he's good or not. Right there, I just kind of gave that fight away.
Changing max.
Yeah, I don't know, Sneak. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he was cheating or not.
I tell
Oh,
you
it's
what,
even with me here.
let's have one more.
Supply box is located. Move to secure.
We've gone up against a lot of cheaters today, so it wouldn't surprise me, but...
One supply box down. 2 remain. Two supply boxes secured. 1 remaining. Contract complete. All supply boxes found.
Let's do another one. I'm gonna try to get Special here, so I can shoot this guy through the smoke.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Ooh. He's going for it too.
Loading fresh mag.
That was pretty clean. That was pretty clean. That guy is probably cheating too, by the way. Most likely a special up level 29. But no, he's not special. Never mind. He's just survival. Or just survivor.
Loading fresh mag.
Gas is closing in. Relocating safe zone. An enemy squad is hunting you. Stay sharp.
Found him.
Changing mags.
What? That's him, right? Wasn't he just seeing stuff? Yeah. Dang it,
Loading
man.
fresh mag.
Not
Moving
Wemby.
ground, moving.
If that's Wemby, I'm sorry, bro. Ooh. It's a bunker buster.
Reloading.
No clue where that dude went. Did you get to play any Marathon, Kev? Did you play Marathon at all? But two, huh?
Taking fire.
That weirdo again.
Changing max.
Enemy hunters were taken out. You're in the clear.
Got
This
contact.
dude's so weird, man. I'm telling you, this dude's cheating.
You were one of 25 remaining. Please slowly and lightly. Take it off.
That dude's full of it. Okay. Now Marathon, I mean Marathon's kind of dead at this point, but it was one of the best games I've ever played, dude. One of the best games I've ever played. Sir F. Baraz, think of it the 62 over 5 years. Let's go, man. Much love, Sir F. And Sully, think of it the gifted. You guys are dope, dude. Appreciate you both. Let's go, let's go. That dude's full of it. I'm not buying it. Walls, I believe. He could probably use his controller to do the aiming for him, but freaking nerds. We've gone up against so many cheaters today. It's ridiculous. Like, over half of the games have been cheaters. Over half of the games today. I am, Warm Pie, yeah. I am. Yep, we added it, Dan. We added it. Give it a shot. Why not? Yeah, easily over half of the games today have been cheaters. It's freaking so dumb. Usually, like yesterday when I played, we had incredible games. Yesterday and the day before was even better. Where I think I won like 50% of the solo games. And there was like only one cheater in solos. In quads, there's cheaters in every single game. There's anywhere from like 5 to 20% of the lobby cheating in every single quad game. It's ridiculous. The solos, usually there's only, you know, sometimes you can get lucky with none, but today, most games, there's been one. Kind of annoying. Nerds. It has. It has. Not complaining about my internet. I did crash the other day though. Ricochet is such a giant failure. Dude, I'm telling you, Ricochet is not even real. Not even real. Oh, 100% they would have. They pay a competent anti-cheat company. Like, for us to think that Activision was capable of making a good anti-cheat, we were just fooling ourselves from the beginning. They 100% should. Like, with Activision being in charge, they have always been driven by ulterior motives, you know? Always. As far as that shapes the decisions that they make. So they don't even really want cheaters gone. That's probably why. At this point in the game's lifespan, but I'll put it this way, this is kind of like the one little paragraph to end it all. In this game's life, like, at this point in time in the game, where there's not a ton of people playing it, if they were to ban cheaters, 15 to 20% of the player base would be banned, and you wouldn't be able to find lobbies. So at this point, they don't want
All
Ricochet
stations,
to actually
we are
even
green to
work.
go. Stand by for
They
deployment.
just want people to kind of get sick of it, so we're ready for Modern Warfare 4 at this point. Maybe they'll start trying again at the beginning of Modern Warfare 4. We'll see. The player base in COD Warzone is not that big, Shaky. Other games are so much bigger that do a such better job. Such better job. I don't think that that's an excuse.
Battle Royale.
Not at all.
Keep clearing the gas.
Will,
Get to
thank you for the
safe
22 months, Will. What's up, bro? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hope you're having a dope
zone.
day.
The AO.
Why'd I keep reporting them? Maybe they get shadow banned, you know? Maybe they get banned. The anti-cheat is their lazy reporting system, honestly. If you get banned, you have to buy another game. No, that's why the cheaters never go anywhere. If you get banned, all you have to do is log into another account, which takes 2 minutes, and then you're right back into it. It's dumb.
Targets are up. Go take them down.
Can't frickin' see anything, bro. Oh yeah, 100%. Well, for DMZ,
Fight to earn redeployment.
for DMZ, it's gonna be hardware bans, I believe, for Call of Duty for Modern Warfare 4. So if they do get banned, they have to rebuy Call of Duty and get a new account. So that's huge.
Fight started.
No, I have not, Alex.
Be ready. You're next.
I have not. I'm not really super into high rock stuff. If I wanted to train for anything endurance related, it would be like something specific, or like a triathlon, like a real endurance type thing. But I'm not saying high rocks looks dumb, but I'm just not really interested. I did CrossFit for a bit. I feel like if you were to take, like, as far as the type of athlete I would want to be, CrossFit athletes are on a complete, like, the top CrossFit athletes are on a completely different level than High Rocks. High Rocks is so much more, like, endurance based, and as far as, like, the level of strength that they have is just almost nothing compared to CrossFit. I can't see, bro. Holy cow.
Stand by for redeployment.
If I had to pick between the two, I'm just gonna do CrossFit again.
I'm not gonna let myself down again.
Add something in Modern Warfare 4 to counter cheaters? Yeah, probably not. It's just, like, the cheating comes down to, it's just a resource issue. They have to be willing to put money into the anti-cheat for it to work. That's it. It's not overly complicated. That's it. They're just not willing to put money into the anti-cheat because, in their mind, cheating doesn't hurt their bottom line.
Intel nearby. Capture it for information on the next gas spread.
This 99% of the player base doesn't even really run into cheaters. Or if they do, they're not good enough to be able to tell if they're cheating or not.
Gas is moving.
Changing max.
Enter Sandman.
Taking fire! Reloading! Target area marked. You're cleared hot.
Copy that. Longbow 3-1 is on station. Strike inbound. Impact, no hit.
He's gonna sweep right in front of me. No. Might as well buy or grab his stuff, right? Been active for 6 years. If I was you, how would I go about it? Let's see. You've been inactive for 6 years. 27. What's your height and weight? Height and weight.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
Changing max.
No. No, I don't have Survivor, dude. Would you say, Teddy, would you say you have a pretty fast metabolism, or do you really not eat that much food and don't feel like you need much food to maintain your current body weight?
Intel point activated. Now ensure
Hopefully,
the point is
Alex,
secure.
hopefully. Our gym's overrated. I mean, if you got the money to build a home gym, yeah, but... Are you somebody who eats a lot of food, or barely? Good news is you're still young, I would say. At 27. You're basically going to respond to training like a newbie, which is going to be pretty dope.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
I'm an idiot and finish this. I eat constantly and don't gain any weight. Okay.
Closing in. Get to the new
I think the
safe
first thing that I would decide is what do you want your goal weight to be? You're 140 right now. You want to put on, let's say ideally 20 pounds of muscle, and you want to, you know, body comp at the same time, drop some fat, get a little bit leaner, but your goal at 140 pounds should 100% be build as much muscle as you can. Don't worry about getting too jacked. You won't. So then I would say like at least 150 grams of protein a day, at least. But that's probably where I would go. That's more than enough to recover from training sessions. Your carbs, you're going to be able to kind of do a lot of different things with that, depending on how fast your metabolism actually is. I'd probably start off at 250 grams of carbs. I'd start off there, and then 70 to 80 grams of fat. If you're losing weight on that amount of macronutrients, then you can up your fat and carbs until until you start gaining weight. Those are the two things that you can just add kind of whatever to, and it doesn't really matter which ratio you mess around with either. But 150, 250, 80. That should be, if you're eating that consistently, get a food scale. You need a food scale. You need to start weighing stuff actually. Most people drastically overestimate how much they're eating when they say that they eat everything and are trying to bulk, and they massively underestimate how many calories they're eating when they're trying to cut and say that they barely eat. So you need to like actually take it serious if it's something that you want to do, and weigh your food and
information on the next gas spread.
take it to that level. It's necessary. As far as training goes, so you're 27, been active for 6 years, so you're basically going to respond to training like a newbie. Your goal should be resistance training with picking, oh shoot, big compound movements and focused on strength. The size will come with strength for you. If your calories are where they should be, size will come with strength. And be focused on like, hey, what up, Oak? Focus on a good back squat. If you can, and all these things need to be done with as close to perfect form as you can. So get somebody to teach you, or you know, do a bunch of research to figure out exactly how to do these things safely, so you're not going in there and ego lifting on back squat. You haven't touched a barbell in forever, and all of a sudden you have 315 on your back and you tear an ACL, right? Like, do it smart. Slowly but surely get stronger with squat, with bench press or dumbbell bench press, with deadlift or something like that. If you have long arms, if you have a longer wingspan than you do your height, then I would say deadlifts are good for you. If you have shorter wingspan, then I would stay away from deadlifts for the most part. But just type into ChatGPT. This is what I would say. Give ChatGPT like this exact little prompt. Give me a 3-day workout split to get back into training in the gym, focused on 3 major compound movements with a couple accessory movements afterwards. Yeah. That prompt exactly into ChatGPT. And it will, you'll answer a few more questions around it, I'm sure, but for the most part, ChatGPT should spit you out something workable with that prompt. And get your steps in daily. Just be active. I'm assuming if you're 140 pounds, you're probably decently active. But that's what I would do. 3 days a week, compound movements, get stronger, get good sleep, eat right. More than enough. What up, Gag? Isn't it true that the general rule is that every athlete should consume at least 1 gram for every kilo of protein? Wait. 1 gram. The general rule that I always hear, I feel like I'm misreading that, Gag. What up, Sentinel? But it's the thing that you always hear is 1 gram per pound, not kilo. 1 gram per pound. So if you're 150 pounds, if you're 220 pounds, which would be 100 kilos, then you eat 220 grams of protein. For me, I feel like, I think it's probably different person to person, and it varies a little bit. But for me, I eat around 0.75 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and my recovery is just as good as when I eat pound. I've eaten that before, and my recovery right now at 0.8 is just as good as it was when I was eating 2 grams. So I think that 1 gram is just, it's like in the middle, you know, but a little bit towards the, I think what a lot of the studies say is 0.8 though. As long as you're hitting 0.8, you're getting the most benefit that you really can out of the, like, you're optimizing your protein intake. Anything above 0.8 is going to be more geared towards like very seasoned athletes and people that are in calorie deficits, and stuff like that. I don't, Dan. I don't. You think dairy is linked to your sore joints? It completely depends on the person. It could. I don't know though. I mean, you can test it yourself, dude. Straight up cut it out and see how it goes. You can just test it yourself. Well, here's the best thing about it, Teddy. When you say you just need my motivation to actually start, here's the best news that I can give you is it has nothing to do with motivation. Nothing. In fact, motivation is the least important factor. It has everything to do with discipline. Not a single ounce of motivation matters. How many grams of creatine? 5. 5's more than enough for most. 5 for 90% of the world. If you are a trained athlete, you take it serious. Take 10. You're not gonna hurt yourself taking 10. You're fine.
Eliminate all targets in the AR.
I'm red on ammo.
I hate this thing. I just got the worst luck possible here. Thank goodness. What's collagen do? Helps with joints. I don't think it's necessary. I've taken it before. It's not bad, but it's one of those things where when I stopped taking it, as long as you're taking your joints through those ranges of motion consistently, you don't like necessarily need it. Why is he so sweaty, bro? My goodness, man. For me with most supplements, I worked in a supplement store for like 5 years, so I know all of the tricks that they try to use. I've seen the patterns as far as it working for one person, not working for the next. There's very, very few S-tier supplements that you should take. Everything is so specific, person to person, and the chances of it even working for you are very low to begin with. Most of the people that are taking a lot of different supplements don't need the vast majority of them. I have a red key card. Oh, I got a blue one, dang it. Like for joints, for example, people will have like
Gas is inbound.
a bad knee, and they don't know what's wrong with it. They just know it hurts, and they say, I have a bad knee. What can I take for joint health? So they take collagen. Collagen helps them feel a little bit better, so they think that it works. But they're never actually addressing the problem. Why you have knee pain is you have weak quads. You need to strength train. You need to make sure that you're actually fixing the problem. Supplements for a lot of people are just like, it's like a band-aid on a wound that requires stitches. Well, you put the band-aid on, and for a little bit you feel like it works, but in no way is that wound actually getting healed. You need to put the work in. You need to put the time in. People with digestive issues, like, what can I take to make my stomach feel better? You take aloe, heck yeah. Maybe that makes it soothes your digestive tract. You feel a little bit better for a little bit, but you're still eating like trash and your stomach still is not actually healing because you're not fixing the core root issue, which is your microbiome is a complete mess, and you're eating nothing but processed foods, and nothing's actually getting fixed. You get what I'm saying? So can collagen help you? Probably. What's actually going to help? Addressing the root problem and putting in the time to deal with it, which is what most people aren't willing to do. They just want to take a supplement, pretend the supplement's going to fix the problem, and then continue to move on. But very, very rarely do supplements do anywhere close to what you think they do or what you'd want them to do.
Throwing smoke. Loading fresh mag.
Mark the point on your map containing enemy intel. Capture and secure it to get ahead of the next gas spread.
Got contact. Tossing smoke grenade. Taking fire. Reloading.
I'm in smoke, man. Why did that not get rid of it? That's annoying. I don't know, soldier. I don't know. Good luck.
Nice job, soldier. Stay there to secure the intel point.
Yeah, I can't hit anything with the high on. Straight up. Well, there you go, Teddy. Put in the work. Once again, it has nothing to do with motivation. Nothing at all.
Intel point.
Just make the decision to do it.
You've earned a peek at the next gas.
So put in those prompts to ChatGPT, to Claude, whatever AI you like that I gave. You can literally copy and paste exactly what I said. And then follow it to a T. Come back in a month and I'll give you tweaks. Tell me how it went. I wonder if they have a restock perk here. Nice. What were the prompts? It was like a paragraph that I gave him. You can go back and stream and find it if you want. It was like a paragraph that I gave.
Gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
You know what? I'm actually in a really good spot, dude. I don't need to go anywhere. Heck yeah. Look at this. Heck yeah. I like the music. Super chill, General. Super chill, dude. We're just vibing, man. We're just vibing. As long as I juggle that, we're fine.
Got gas moving in.
It's gonna be the best angle here. You should get buy perks. Well, you can buy restock at least. I have Survivor and I bought restock and I picked up Tempered, so that's really all that I care about. I got all the things that I want. What time do you think tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm not on dad duty, so just post training. I got leg day in the morning, and then we'll stream. So 11. Leg day, eat, stream. No, I have I said no early on to Rondo, and I am always outspoken against Activision. I hate Activision as a company. They're one of the worst AAA studios to ever exist, and at this point they'll never invite me to another COD Next, and I would never want to go. They can screw off. That's how I feel about Activision. You have to try to be more clueless than them. This feels like cave vibes, dude, honestly. Sentinel's one of them. One of them. One of them. Just tell us you want to go to COD Next, Sentinel. Just say it straight up. Say it with your chest. Leg day, is that actually a real thing? I'm training legs tomorrow, yeah. I'm training legs, bro. Show for show. Shout out to Rico, chat. I respect it, dog. I respect it. Yeah, tomorrow's workout, we're just gonna squat until we can't anymore. Push day, pull day, or back day, chest day. I do lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. It's my training split has changed 100 times, dude.
UAV overhead.
My training split has changed 100 times. Depends on your goals, you know. For me at this point, I'm trying to be extremely efficient in the gym, and I think probably the biggest reason why I've settled on what my training split is right now is I did bodybuilding already for 8 years of my life, where I was like super dedicated. I brought up all areas of weakness, right? Like if you're struggling from your biceps don't want to grow, your quads don't want to grow, your chest is lagging behind. Like I've spent almost a decade bringing up any sort of weak body parts. So I don't necessarily need to give certain things tons and tons of attention. So I'm just doing big compound movements to failure, a few sets of the major lifts, and then a few accessories sprinkled in depending on what I'm trying to focus, which rotates. If I was 21 years old and had not put in the time to, like I said, build a shape that I'm proud of, then my training split would be different for sure. It would be a lot more isolation, a lot more attention to certain muscle groups. But like I said, I've already done that. I don't need to go back and.
Flashpoint.
Oh, thank goodness! I would have been so upset.
Semtex incoming! Throwing smoke! Loading fresh mag!
You came into my arena.
You're losing ground. Moving. Missile strike incoming. impact zone has been devastated.
Nerd.
Stay sharp.
Changing max.
I don't think he'll come back down. Do I suggest whey protein for beginners? Yeah. I've been training for like 17 years of my life, maybe a little bit more. I've taken whey protein for 15 of those years. It's just a really, really easy way to get in your protein. And right when you first start, you kind of struggle a little bit on hitting your protein goals. It's difficult when you're not used to it. Just make sure that when you go shop for a whey protein, the very, very first ingredient when you turn it over for the supplement facts is whey protein isolate. That's all that really matters. There's a lot of good protein powders out there. As long as that's the very first ingredient, you're fine. And it just comes down to taste, if you want artificial sweeteners or not. Like, there's more good protein powders nowadays than bad ones.
You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive.
This is solos, Tail. This is just straight up solos. What about soy protein? No. The whey protein is a much higher quality protein as far as triggering muscle protein synthesis, mainly because it has higher amounts of certain amino acids. They're called branched chain amino acids that your body can't naturally produce, that you need to get through your diet. And whey has the highest percentage of those compared to any protein. That's why people choose whey protein. There's a reason. On SARMs, in any of those type of things, Kev, I just like to be way behind the curve, right? As far as with peptides too. People always ask, do you take peptides? Are you on peptides? I'm the same way with those vaccines, right? Did you get the COVID vaccine? I'll let everybody else get that stuff, use it for 5-10 years, abuse it for 10 years, and then I'll see what the side effects are, right? Same thing. I'm not, at this point, and at another point in my life, I was very willing to risk it. At this point, I'm not. I am not gonna have any, there's no point in me sacrificing heart health, joint health as far as longevity goes. You know, none of that's worth it to me as far as a trade-off. I'm not willing to make any of those trade-offs. So any of the new stuff that's coming out, I'm gonna let other people abuse it for 10 years, and then we're gonna see all of the negative side effects. Then I can see if it's worth justifying or not based off of that time period in my life. But for right now, no peptides, no SARMs, no juice. Maybe someday that could change, but I'm good for now, bro.
Gas is closing in.
Requesting recon flyover.
Classified weapons are now in the field. Acquire one to gain the status.
That is the second time, bro. What are the chances here? Oh my god. Like,
The Gulag is your last chance. Fight to earn redeployment.
what are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? I still feel like that should leave you 1 HP, not fully kill you, but whatever, bro. That's the second time in the last 2 days I've gotten perfectly stuck with no visibility, by the way. Yesterday, some dude threw a Semtex over a vehicle in the middle of a cluster strike, threw a smoke over a hill, and stuck me in the back. It's just like, bro, what? Holy cow. That's what I'm saying. It's, dude, like, what can you do? All you can do is just roll your eyes there, man. Unfortunate, really.
No change. Your lucky day, soldier.
Not gonna let myself down again.
Okay, there's one guy right there, and that was kind of it. I didn't really get to see too much else. What do I hear?
Got gas inbound. Safe zone, relocate them. No more fighting in the gulag. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Reloading.
LDPR salvo ready for launch.
You're losing ground. Move it.
Gotta be somebody close here. I'm in. This is actually a decent spot for this zone. What up, Rosie? Doing good, yo? Yeah, I just don't trust it, Kev, as far as SARMs go. I just don't trust it. I'm sure that there's probably some decent ones out there, but a lot of the times too, like, what's the, is it something that you can take 24/7? Probably not, because there's going to be negative side effects to, like, your liver, most likely.
Marking new safe zone.
And are the gains permanent when you jump off? Another, probably not. So it's just, for me, I just don't feel like it's worth it.
Changing max.
You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
Lost contact.
Rounds out.
Gas inbound.
Fire solution was bad. Miss.
That's
Now
better.
finish this.
Loading fresh mag. Incoming. Just need an electrolyte.
New safe zone located. Boom. All enemy squads eliminated. Excellent work.
Payback, baby. Payback, payback, payback.
Now that's better.
There we go, dude. Finally got the dub. The controller players don't even try to shoot at you through smoke. They don't even try. They don't even try, bro. Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Let's freaking go. I needed that, man. I needed that. I gotta end on that one too, because I gotta go get the girls from school, but that was a dope one to end on. Do I swim? I do. Let's go. GG, Stunner. GG. Your stick through the smoke, bro. I was so, like, really. I mean, it was a great freaking throw. I can't say anything about it. The same thing happened to me yesterday. I'm not even kidding. I got stuck as I was jumping off of a cliff over a car while a cluster's going down through smoke. Kobe'd me. It's just like, bro, what? But GG's, dog. It's impossible to counter if you're on controller smoke with specialist. It's insanely difficult. That's my, and the funny thing is that's the only chance I have. If I don't have smoke, I stand no chance. GG's, dude. Anyways, let's see. I'll answer more questions next time, Raj. Smoke's the way to go. Your mouse keyboard, yes it is too. Yes it is. I'll answer more questions next stream. I'll be live tomorrow, starting at around like 11 a.m. And honestly, probably more of the same. Like, as fun as I've been having with quads, I feel like we're in kind of like a rhythm right now with solos, where we're really starting to have lots of good games, and then at the same time, a lot of fun conversations that I'm enjoying. I stuck with the subject twice yesterday. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we'll just keep on rocking with the solos until I'm not in the mood for them anymore. Solos and fitness stuff. But I appreciate you guys a ton. Have a dope rest of your days. Thank you for all the subs, resubs, gifted. You guys are dope. And train hard, eat clean. That's what I'll be doing. Peace, homies. Much love.